Hmm. Well, I can talk. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yay! I was wondering because it was scheduled for a little bit later if it would change, but my thumbnail's not showing up. I made that cute thumbnail and it's not showing up, and now I'm sad. So I'm gonna cry. I cry now. Wah! I'm just being silly. Trying to add my sister to the stream, but I can't quite figure out how to do it. Oh, that Alexa's always doing stuff, isn't she? Always doing fun things. Hi, everybody. Um, I'm trying to add my sister to the stream. I don't know how. She'll figure it out, I think. I wanted to do something a little bit different today, and it was kind of weird because there's several things I would have liked to have done. We thought maybe it would be fun to read the first chapter of A Christmas Carol, but then we actually read it, and we decided, oh no, that's probably not the best idea. They go on for like, what, 10 pages about Jacob Marley being dead. And I thought, nah, it's public domain. I could do it, but I think it would be boring. I then tried to really wanted to read The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, but unfortunately, that would be a copyright violation, and I've never had one of those. I never want one of those, so I'm not going to be a bad boy and do that. But yes, my sister does have a YouTube channel. Um, she's completely free to post that in here if she wants to. I'm trying to add again. I'm trying to add her to the stream. I don't know how. I don't know why my thumbnail's not showing up. It makes me want to cry because I got a picture of. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's not showing up for me, but I got a picture of both me and Ichigo when we were young. We're not that young and cute anymore. You know, we got bigger. We both got a little older. He got a big old kitty belly. Big old kitty belly. But, you know, he's a sweetheart and stuff, so. Yes, I am feeling a little better right now. I was having a lot of pain today. I don't know what it is. I'm kind of scared that it might be a kidney stone. I've had kidney stones before, and they are like the most painful thing in the history of the universe. Oh, it's oh boy, I can tell you, it's just not something I care for very much. But again, nobody actually would. So it's pretty nice and makes me kind of happy about it. I don't know why my picture's not showing up though, so I apologize to everybody. It would be nice, but looks like as usual something weird happens in my streams. So, but thank you all for being here. I appreciate it very much. I'm sure why I'm doing stuff. Christina might be able to find out a way to get in there. Yep, that's her channel. We had some ideas actually to do some different things on our channel. We thought maybe because I'm a big fan of court shows, so I was thinking we could maybe try to make a court show called Cat Court. Drusilla's a black cat, so that might be interesting to do. Put a little lace around her neck, and she can be a judge in Cat Court. I set up a chat in the Discord. Go in there and Streamlabs to broadcast it. I don't know how to do that. I'm as everyone knows. I love you all guys, and know you love me, but I'm technologically stupid. So, if she explains how to do that, that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, I took some aspirin. And I feel better. I haven't had any pain for about an hour now. but it was getting pretty bad there. It was really like sharp, and it hasn't moved. That's what bugs me. It's in sort of the front abdomen, opposite side of the appendix, so we know it's not that. But I've had kidney stones before. They feel like a ninja throwing star going through your body. It's just complete and utter torture. But again, I took four aspirin, and I feel pretty good right now. And I feel really bad that Septa Chat in the Discord, go there and Streamlab to broadcast it. If you tell me how, I'll do it, but I don't really know how. Um, I don't think I'm that smart. I used to be, back in the day before. Hello, Finn. Thank you for putting my name out there like that. And I'm sorry, I usually greet everybody stuff, but I'm a little frantic right now, trying to figure all this technology stuff out. I really wanted to talk with my sister there. Hey Brendan, hi. You have lots of girls and guys thinking you're cute. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I work hard to try to stay that way, so I appreciate it very much. Got this great thing going on in my family where we look a lot younger than we are. I remember when I was in high school. I went to Lake Forest High School in Illinois for about a year. If you've ever seen the movie Ordinary People, it was filmed in that school and won a lot of Oscars too. But I went to that school, and my mom, she had come out once to the school, and she was walking through the hallway, and they stop her, and they're like, hey, I need to see your hall pass. And she's like, what? I need to see your hall pass. She's like, I'm 30-something years old. I'm coming here to get my kids. I don't need a hall pass. It was pretty cool. Yeah, listen to Killer Orange Cat every night at bedtime. Thank you. Hope you feel better. Thank you very much. Hi, Dan. At the moment, I'm doing a whole lot of things, so if I can't respond directly when people say hi, don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm watching that. I was really, really, really wanting to start this with some sort of poem or something like that. You feel fine, Claire? You're so sweet. You're also sweet. Thank you very much. But yeah, right now I'm doing good. If it go to Streamlabs, the part that says source and desktop audio. Let's see if I have the ability to actually do something while we're talking here. But yeah, I'm pretty dumb when it comes to this stuff. It's really funny because in high school when they had a computer class, I took the computer class and I got like a 98% in the class, and I was like, yeah, I know computers. And not anymore. I know they're there, but I'm really, really bad at them. But sources, okay. Well, I'll keep talking while I do this. Now, again, I didn't schedule a stream this week because one of my sister's presents is I'm going to take her to see Star Wars. We were going to do that last night, but she was tired and stuff, so we're still doing it, but that's why I didn't schedule a stream. But I really wanted to talk to you guys. Hey, Rooster Cogburn, we were just doing that earlier. Me and my sister were talking. Audio outlet. Oh man, I'm dumb. But yeah, me and my sister were just talking about True Grit because we're talking about both movies. I mean, I personally prefer the second one with Jeff Bridges. Feel your hands, you son of a bitch! I just love that line. But yeah, I really do prefer Jeff Bridges in the role but both of them are great movies and stuff. I did find a poem that I was surprised to find. It's I guess H.P. Lovecraft a had written a Christmas poem. So I was thinking about trying to read that. I'm trying to also do this thing with the this, but I'm kind of dumb because I'm being told to do stuff that I can't find. Hey, yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody. If Happy Solstice, if that's your thing. I'm gonna think of another. What's another holiday that takes place now? Merry Christmas. It's really interesting how different things are because we're from Illinois, and when we go places in Illinois, when we lived there and we would go around, people would not say Merry Christmas. They'd always say Happy Holidays. Now, that's not an argument I get into. It's not some. I mean, someone that wishes me some sort of goodwill, regardless of what they say. I appreciate it. The But it's really interesting how here everyone will say Merry Christmas, but then in Illinois, up around Chicago, it's always Happy Holidays, and both are great. I don't get into the debate. Like I said, Happy Hanukkah. That changes because the moon calendar, which I think is pretty darn awesome. Um, but yeah, I have and never will go out of my way to watch anything Star Wars. Oh, I don't know. I kind of grew up on it a little bit. Absolutely love Mark Hamill. I follow him on Twitter. He's very, very, very interesting to me. I really like him a lot. And I like his character. I don't really like what they did with Luke Skywalker, but I kind of grew up on it. It's not my favorite science fiction, but I do really, 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 really like it. But yeah, people around here, it's always Merry Christmas. I'm like, oh, Merry Christmas back. I think this is what happened once. I was talking to an atheist, um, and we were talking about people wishing Merry Christmas and stuff like that. And like you said, he said the greatest thing. He says, I don't celebrate Christmas. I'm an atheist. But if someone says Merry Christmas to me, I'll wish them a Merry Christmas back because regardless of what I believe, here is somebody saying a nice thing to me. And I've always liked that when people do that. It's really wonderful. Do you like Spaceballs? Yes, yes. Um, gosh. Now I want to quote it for something, but my mind is kind of ooh. Oh wait, we didn't know. She's going from suck to blow. Oh look it, Spaceballs. Oh shit, there goes the planet. So yeah, although if I'm going to be quoting movies, I had to quote the most quotable movie ever in the history of time, the great Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail. We want a shrubbery. But I'm surrounded by assholes. I'm surrounded by assholes, yeah. Who is that guy? He's an asshole. Well, I know that, sir. But what's his name? That is his name. He's Major Asshole. Oh my god. You blow hard. Oh, you guys are great. I love talking with you guys. Even if we just come here and we don't have like a schedule, I don't do anything. I fail trying to get my sister into the chat, which I'm sorry for. I know you're giving me instructions and I'm trying to follow them while I'm talking, but I just haven't been able to do it. I mean, I'm sorry. I'll figure it out and we'll do another one. I really want my sister to be involved because if you when we get chatting, just casual chatting, we come up with some of the funniest things. Oh yes, that was an idea that I want to do actually. Excuse me while I whip this out. Yeah. I want to go to a Renaissance fair and I want to dress as Sir Robin and have someone be my minstrels. Boldly brave Sir Robin set forth from Camelot. He was not afraid to die. Oh, brave Sir Robin. He was not afraid to get cast into a pulp. Oh, 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 brave Sir Robin. Oh, great! Now I copyrighted it. I'm bad now. But no, it's interesting. But yeah, I literally love that. He's not afraid to be killed in really nasty ways. Brave, 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 brave Sir Robin. So yeah, that's something I would really love to do. I think it would really make a hit at a Renaissance fair, with if I'm Sir Robin and have some minstrels. Um, the Crimson Cure. You're worried about North Korea. Oh, you're worried about the Christmas present, aren't you? Um, don't worry about North Korea. I mean, I, you have to worry a little bit about anybody who poses a danger. It's always important to keep a little bit of worry, because if you remember and you read about World War II, and or you see stuff about it, that was kind of one of the reasons Hitler um, advanced as quickly as he did, is because people were like, oh, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. He's not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything. Now, I don't think that North Korea is going to do anything. Um, I don't want to talk about politics too much. As you know, I don't tell people um, my politics, because everything in this country is so divided right now, and it hurts me inside. To see all this. I can't even go on Facebook anymore. That's one of the reasons why I know I have a Facebook page and people talk to me there. I go on there for 1 minute and it's left hating the right, right hating the left. Oh, you leftists are stupid. You rightists are stupid. And it's like, guys, stop. Stop. There's just so much hate. And it just drives me crazy. And, oh, Claire, okay, what happened to North Korea? Nothing has really happened, but they said they were giving us a Christmas present. So that is the concern, because he hasn't said what it was, but honestly, I think that he's just a blowhard. Kim Jong Il, or Il-un, sorry. He's just a blowhard. I mean, anybody who would be stupid enough to attack the United States would be pretty darn stupid. I mean, we have the most powerful military in the world. Nuclear weapon was tested. Yes, he had been testing nuclear weapons. But yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, have the concern, but no, I don't think anything is going to happen. Now, I remember being really, really young, and this was a long time ago. Nuclear war was a concern, like, every day. And I remember talking to my mom and the whole duck and cover thing and other people. I had a teacher who would pray every night that there wouldn't be a nuclear war. It's like, and then of course the Cold War ends, and you don't have that fear. But everyone lived with that fear for a long time. But yeah, don't worry. You got to think about. Let's just say this: Kim Jong Un is not a great guy, but he's not stupid. His entire life has put him probably into this position that he's in right now. He is a lifelong politician. He's not stupid. He's a blowhard, but I don't think anything's going to happen. So, but yeah, I don't want to talk about my politics. I'm like Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson never talked about politics. He would make fun of anybody because he's a comedian. That was his job. But here's the thing: if I talk about politics and I tell you guys what my feelings on politics are, there's going to be half the people who aren't going to be happy about it. But here's the thing: it has nothing to do with my channel, because I tell you guys scary stories. I do this because it's what I do, and it really gets the politics out of my head, and I don't think about it. And I mean, I really, really, really wish we could end all this hatred, but it's what happens. All we can do is hope that it gets better. But yeah, okay. But yeah, don't be concerned. And be concerned, but don't be worried. We'll be fine. Um, so at least I believe that there won't be a Christmas present. Christmas will come and go, and nothing will happen. So don't worry about it. I'm a socialist, anarchist, capitalist, fascist, libertarian, radical centrist. Jack, I love you. You're great. um, hey, it's Slumber Reads. Hey, bud, how you doing? Really good to see you. Oh wait, look, we're up to 31 people right now. We're doing better. We're doing this every week, and people are coming around. Killer Orange Cat is a phenomenal, and that's how I feel. Thank you. Our government is scary. All governments are scary. Yeah, Claire, I don't read the news much anymore either. I'll look at the weather, but I can't stand the hatred. I'm just not that kind of person. I think most of you know I try to be as friendly as possible. That's why I have these chats with you guys. It's like I'm not really doing much of anything other than just chatting with you. But it's because I like you guys. You read my stories. I listen to my stories. You supported me for a very, very long time. It's great when I come in here and I know your names, and it makes me happy. What time do you usually have live streams? My plan is to do them every Saturday night from now on. I will plan to do maybe more structured ones, and I'll find a way to get my sister in it. And I hope you're not mad at me for not figuring it out. But yes, I am a psychologist. I'm a research psychologist. I don't do a whole lot of that anymore. I'm really focused now. Right now, I'm focused on the channel. I think that I can really grow the channel. Me and Mortis Media have been having some talks. He does this full time. This is his full time job. I remember when he left his other job. I believe, I don't quote me on this exactly, but yeah, he does this full time, and I would like to do that because it's a lot of work. Most people don't think it is. Oh, you read some stories, but here, I love you too, John. Hey there, Bonnie. But let me explain to you all a little bit about what I do, because it's a little different than what a lot of other people do. I talk to the people that I get these stories from, and I work with them. Hey, it's Mortis. Now, hey buddy, if I was wrong about you doing this full time, don't get mad at me. But I kind of remember that. But yeah, it's always great to see you here, buddy. I can tell you guys this. It's really, really, really something to have a friend like Mortis Media. He's a great guy. And you just can't imagine all the stuff that he does for me. A great, 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 great friend. And much love. But let me explain to you guys how I do a lot of stuff, because I think a lot of people think that this is really easy, but it takes to make a video from the beginning to the end, it takes me about 14 hours to make one video. And the reason why is that I work with the people who tell me the stories. I don't go to Reddit. I go to forums or Discord things, and I ask people if they have stories. And they'll tell me they have a story, and I work with them to write it. Some people aren't the greatest writers, and they ask me, okay, I'll tell you the story, you write it down. So that's why, if you notice, my stories are copywritten, and they're exclusive to this channel. But the thing is that that's because I work with the people who write. I write them with them. They tell me the story, they write some of it down. I'll do some editing on it. That usually takes about 5 hours to do all of that. And then I record it, and I hate hearing my voice. I'm glad you guys like it. I really do. The other day when I was making a video, it's like I came out of my room and talking to my sister. I'm like, I'm so sick of hearing my voice. But I'm glad that you guys like it. And you're very welcome, Mortis. God, I don't know where to put my bottle of water. I'm thirsty. Oh, there it is. But yeah, so I do that. We get the stories written, and then I record them. I put them in my voice, and there it goes. And most of them are like that. I don't get a lot of submissions from subscribers. it's interesting that I don't, but when I do, I try to always read them. I know some of them I haven't, but yeah, my stories are the best. Thank you. Where did you get the idea for Garden Party? Was that a story? I when I say garden party, I think went to a garden party to reminisce with my old friends. Okay, well, Brendan, you have a great night. Good night. Thank you so much for showing up. Um, copyright my motto there. Yeah, I that motto came to me really strangely, but yeah, I love it. Much better than one I had before when I'm like, "You're never truly alone." But yeah, Ichigo doesn't really hide a lot, but we have other orange cats too. So let's see. The Crimson Cure. Anyone have a thought on Mr. Nightmare? He gets so many views, never interacts with fans. Um, I knew Mr. Nightmare when he was a very small channel. And I have talked to him a few times. I'm pretty sure he doesn't remember me at all. But the reason that he is so big is he was one of the first. And not only that, he was before Mr. Nightmare. People weren't really doing true scary stories. They were doing creepypasta, and I was listening to Creepypasta. I always enjoyed him. Listening to King Spook. But it was Mr. Nightmare who originally started doing a lot of the true stories, and that's what made his channel grow as quickly as it did, because nobody else was doing that. And when they did that, that's why he's so successful. And he when I saw him first, he had like 20,000 subscribers. Hey, when I saw Mortis the first time, he had 50 subscribers. Now he's just huge, and Mr. Nightmare is too. But Mr. Nightmare has the fortune of being the first person to do that, and I think that is one of the reasons why he gets so many views. Do you like Swamp Dweller? Oh God, yes. Swamp Dweller is a good friend. He's so nice. He sometimes comes into the chats and stuff, and he's always been cool to me. We collabed once, which I thought was pretty cool. I remember him too. Swampy is great. Again, he's another one. When I first met him, like 700 subscribers, and then his channel just boomed, and it's deserved because he's got a great voice. He's a really cool guy. But yeah, he's a nice guy. We'll see if he shows up in here or not. He may or he may not. He does every now and then. What happened to King Spook? I don't know. How do I explain it? I can't really say much about it. He is a good friend of mine. I know there were some things going on with him. I haven't talked to him in a while. When I try to, he hasn't. He hadn't responded, and I do worry about him. But he hasn't really said anything to me lately, and so yeah, I'm a little worried. I've been worried about him. He kind of, I don't know. It's really hard for me to say, but he hasn't spoke to me in a while, and I hope that he's okay. Me and him are kind of interesting because we're very opposite, and if we talk, we actually talk about politics, and we are completely opposed to each other on that, but we're nice about it. I mean, we could yell at him. I did get mad at him once and he got mad at me once, but we were friends. I hope he comes back. I don't really know. Dixie Cryptid, I'm not familiar with that channel. I will send King Spook send King Spook another message. He hasn't responded to me in a couple months, but he's pretty good at coming back. So we'll say, yeah, I hope he's all right. He's a cool guy. He really is. Devil's Interval and Your Maker. Your Maker, I've talked to him, but I've never collabed with him. I have like a couple collabs with the Devil's Interval. If I'm not mistaken, one of my most successful videos is a collab with him. The Nordic Vampire is back and working really hard. I'm proud of him. Yes, Nordic Vampire is awesome. I'm so happy to have a friend like him who he's so funny. He's like the most flirtatious human being in the world. And he flirts with it. I mean, he's completely straight, but he'll flirt with guys, girls, anybody, and it's just so sweet and cute. He's a good friend, and that voice is just gets me all the time. And I worry about him too. He hasn't uploaded lately. Yeah, again, guys, I'll send him a message, and if I hear anything, we'll say that we're worried about him and hope he's okay. Um, I don't know how he'll respond to that, but we'll see. And hey, it's Bitty Bitty, who plays Words with Friends with me. I love that game. It's really fun. She and I think we're kind of evenly matched, aren't we? We have like what 5 games going. We always rematch each other. I think one time we had like 15 games going, and we had to get rid of some of the games. It was we kept rematching each other, and all of a sudden rematch, and we had 15 games going on. Remember that? That was so fun. And that voice, yeah. How is living with your sister like? My sister and I can be good and bad. I my It's completely fine living with my sister. We don't argue like about anything. I mean, we get along great. If we have our own rooms if we want to be by ourselves. But yeah, I mean, we don't argue. We're alike in many ways, and I can't even remember the last time we had an argument. I mean, it would have to have been like years. I mean, over a decade ago, probably. Um, but neither of us are in a relationship, um, and it's better than living by yourself because I've done that before, and it is kind of really bad. So, but living by yourself, I've gone a little bit crazy sometimes. So, again, if you listen to my video, The Apartment, you'll know what I mean. It's a big debate over that. Did I experience supernatural things, or was it all in my head? Because as we know, I do get partial seizures. Um, I'll tell you something. If you guys all remember, um, in May when uh, when I had the roommate here, and I told you we got into the fight, and he got arrested. Uh, he had come into my bedroom and was yelling at me, and he didn't realize at the time that I was having a partial seizure. So it wasn't only him in the room. I actually had a visual hallucination. There was like 10 people in the room, and him. And I pulled back, and I'm like, I hadn't taken my medicine that day. I take a gabapentin, which takes out my seizures and stuff. Partial seizures are really weird because you'll hallucinate. You can get auditory hallucinations, and but you're awake. You see things, and it's really strange. But I haven't had one in a long time. Been taking my gabapentin regularly, so that was scary. But see, that makes me wonder. If you listen to my story, The Apartment, was I having partial seizures when I saw this? I mean, I was taking a shower, and I always keep the shower curtain open just a little bit because it freaks me out. I mean, psycho, and everything. And while I was doing that, I saw a shadow of a hand on the wall coming towards the curtain. I grabbed the curtain, threw it open. My hair was soapy and stuff, so I had to put it in the sink and wash it out. Got dressed really, really, really quick. Walked out of the apartment with my back to the door. I didn't go back into the apartment for 3 days. I went over to my friend's house, and it was like, yeah, I'm like, Dan, can I stay here for a while? Oh, what's wrong? Well, I'm scared my apartment's haunted. Um, But was it in my head or was it real? I don't know. And I think about that a lot. There's only one time in my life where I've had a supernatural experience that can't be explained by having partial seizures because I wasn't the only one who saw it. So, she likes being single. I really do. Yeah, I agree too. Being single is nice. You get your freedom. Your freedom is really nice, and you know, I'm super duper sexy. So if I need cuddling or something, I can find somebody pretty easily. Because I'm just that adorable. But no, I'm kidding. But yeah, being friend with benefits. Throw my 2 cents in there, me. Oh, come on, let's hear it then, man. I'd love to hear it. I always get the best Valentine's gifts. Diabetic. Here's something that's very interesting. I've had several long-term relationships in my life, and the funniest thing is, out of the 5 major relationships I've had, 3 of them were type 1 diabetics. And I don't know what it is. Maybe I just attract diabetics. I'm not sure. But it's interesting. I'm still living with my parents after I graduate this year, and one of my coworkers told me to take advantage of that and save money for a place. That is a smart and good idea. Make sure that when you get out, you are comfortable and you're not going to have to struggle a bit, because I made a big mistake when I first moved out. First off, I moved in with an asshole who got mad at me and threw a glass at my head. It actually, I tried to get out of the house, and I don't like violence, as you guys know. And, he was like pulling my hair and stuff, and it's like, I'm just trying to leave, and eventually I had to punch him. So I punched him in the frickin' nose, knocked him on his ass, and hated myself for it. I don't like hitting people. I've hit plenty of people in my life, though. I mean, here I carry a messenger bag, and I don't care if you call it a purse. It doesn't bother me. I like it. It's a nice leather messenger bag. I bought it when I was in college. I carry a couple books in it, and it's great. I can carry stuff in it. I work out at the gym here, and it's 24 hours. And this guy, this is 2 years ago, this guy was a real strong guy, was working out there and stuff, and started making fun of me because I was carrying the messenger bag. And it's like, hey, you're a fag carrying the messenger. It's like, oh, shut up, And I left, and I went to Walmart. And it was like 3 in the morning, because I do that. I like working out in the middle of the night, usually because no one's there. And he followed me, and it's like he attacked me. Didn't know that I'm a 2nd-degree black belt. He attacked me. I blocked him, and I broke his arm. And although some people tell me, oh, that didn't happen. No, it happened. And when it happened, I ran over to the side of the Walmart, to the wall, and sat down, and I cried. And, I cried for half an hour, because even though the guy was an asshole and he was trying to hurt me, I don't like hurting people. And then I came home, and my brother, God rest his soul, was like, where's that guy at? It's like, no. It's fine. I took care of it. Where is he at? We're going to go find him right now. It's like, no. He says, oh, he works out of the gym? Yeah, I'm going to go to that gym. It's like, my brother would have killed him for laying a hand on me, even though I kicked the guy's ass. But yeah. And then my roommate's like, I guess he told my sister he didn't believe it happened. What? It's like, I'm going to make up a story about, something that disturbed me and hurt me and stuff. Yeah, just because I had a messenger bag. There's a lot of, in this town in Paris, Tennessee, it's probably the complete opposite of Paris, France, because it's not a very accepting place. I mean, I got to give my former roommate a little bit of respect because he was sometimes a transvestite and he would wear a dress out and people said anything he wouldn't care. I mean that took bravery, much more bravery than me carrying a messenger bag. But there's a lot of hateful people around here. And one day I was walking down the street, and this was in the summer, and a truck turned the corner, and a guy took a bottle of water and threw it at me. And then I looked at him as the car went by. I was really pissed off. And I was telling him, you think you're so bad, get back here. And they're flipping me off. It was like, you attacked me, and then you flipped me off. Why are you doing this? I mean, why the hatred? You don't know me. You just did something to me that you could go to jail for. Then you flip me off. I had that problem after my brother passed away. A former friend of his tried to extort money from me, and he was a drug dealer. I say that I love my brother to death. Well, I shouldn't say that. That sounds really bad. But I love my brother. I always will. I have his. We have a share of his ashes. I miss him every single day. But he would have killed that guy, and I'm not even telling you. He would have killed him. Because it's like no one lays a hand on me or my sister. And my brother was a big, 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 big guy. But his drug dealer friend tried to break into our house. I mean, he literally opened one of my windows and tried to get into my bedroom, trying to extort money from me. And so I bought a stun gun. And I carry a stun gun with me everywhere. And that with those people threw that water on me, it was like, come on. But then again, see, I would have felt bad if anything happened beyond that, because I just don't want to be a violent person. Dolly Parton, yes, I love Dolly. I've seen Dolly Parton in concert twice, and she doesn't do concerts very often, so that was great. One of them was for a birthday present for my mom, because she'd never gotten to see Dolly, and I thought, okay, this is something that doesn't happen very often, and it cost, I don't know, it cost me like $300 to get 2 tickets to see it, and we were like all the way in the back of Chicago Theater, but it was great, and I always think that was the Christmas present or the birthday present of hers that I like the most, because it doesn't happen for most people, and she is so great. She has a big gay following too. It was like it's like, and I think she's so cool about people. She loves everybody, but she when I was there, she was singing Jolene, and she changed it to drag queen. She says, "Oh, drag queen, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man." And I'm sorry for the bad singing. I'm not tone deaf. I just can't sing. It was like, "Oh, you're tone deaf." No, I can hear the tones and tell you what they are. I just can't repeat them. Do you like the band Kiss? If I didn't like Kiss, you should ban me from this world. Kiss is freaking awesome. Especially on Family Guy when they did Chattanooga Choo Choo. That was awesome. But yeah, no, Kiss is great. I even like that movie, Detroit Rock City. That was so much fun. Oh, look at... And they saw the hitchhiker. Oh, look at, there's a hitchhiker thing. Oh my god, this is how so many horror movies start. Yeah, it's also how a lot of porn starts. That was a good movie. REO Speedwagon. I didn't really... let me tell you a story about REO Speedwagon. When I lived in Illinois and I worked at a consulting firm, I was a supervisor in a call center. I worked with people's 401ks and stuff. and I always listen to a lot of music on the way on the radio. And I was listening, and I heard um, what's the name of it? Um, Shoot, heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend. You've been messing around. Oh, what's the name of it? I'm a little loopy today. Probably the medication to for the pain there, so I can't get my mind on it. But you guys know the song, and I was listening to it. I didn't know it was REO Speedwagon. I was like thinking, what is this, like, one of those boy bands today? And then at the end there's REO Speedwagon. I'm like, oh god, I'm such a dumbass. But then I just became addicted to them, and they're a wonderful, wonderful band, and I love listening to them all the time. I don't know why the name of that song's not coming to me. I sing it like all the time, badly of course, but I do sing it. Take It on the Run. Thank you. Thank you, Shift. You are awesome. Anyone like the band Skillet? I haven't heard of them. Here's a couple things. Do you guys know Wally Pleasant? I play a song of his on the guitar. Can't you at least say hey? Hey. Yeah. Hey. I hope you're doing good, Lorraine. There. Yeah. And Ariel, wow, I used to love. You don't like him anymore? Take It on the Run. Yeah. Take It on the Run. Oh, I love that song so much. And then just a wonderful, 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 wonderful band. I grew up listening to them too. They were one of my first concerts. My first concert was Billy Joel. And Billy Joel is my all-time favorite singer. I mean, I have all of his albums. I know every one of his songs by heart. Billy Joel was my first concert. And actually, if I'm thinking correctly, he was my second concert too. And I saw him in the Rosemont Horizon or Allstate Arena, and I also saw him in the United Center. But I tell you one thing: is if you go to a concert in Chicago, don't do a concert in the United Center. The acoustics suck. But hey, it was Billy Joel, so I loved it. And so yeah, just wonderful. But I tell you a thing. The best. This is going to be kind of weird to tell you this. I've been to a lot of concerts, but I'll tell you the two best singers I've ever heard in person. One, Dolores O'Riordan from the Cranberries. The Cranberries are probably my favorite band of all time, and God, I really love the Cranberries. I was really upset when she passed away, but her voice live was amazing. I mean, it was almost like recorded. I mean, it was perfect. And I saw her right after 9/11, and she was like, sorry that this guy's happened to you, stuff. Oh, ages don't mean anything, people. Oh, good night, Frankie. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. I like it a lot. I like talking to you people. You're so wonderful. Should be. The other person, this is the one that might surprise you. The other amazing voice, Weird Al Yankovic. I thought it was weird going to a Weird Al concert. I didn't know what to expect, but his voice is strong. He's got perfect pitch, and he was amazing. And I was just so surprised. That's kind of the reason why, and I'm sorry guys, I have to admit this, I do watch The Masked Singer. Not really because it's really that good, but I like mysteries. I like guessing games. And so Dan, you've seen Weird Al Yankovic, so you know what I mean though. His voice is just great, isn't it? And it's like, you might think that there was studio work on him. But no, his voice is great. Now, someone mentioned the Smashing Pumpkins. I like some of them. I like Billy Corgan a lot. Right now, he is the owner of the NWA wrestling. He's a real wrestling fan from Chicago. I'm a pro wrestling fan, as most of you know. Um, and he's bringing back some nostalgia, so I love it. Star Trek Into the Universe. The Wallflowers. Yeah, that's Bob Dylan's son, right? Yeah, Weird Al Yankovic is a genius in how he does that. I love Fox One, yes, and it was Wayne Brady. I didn't guess that one. Um, I did pretty bad actually. The leopard. I thought the leopard was Damon Wayans because Damon Wayans is an engineer. He's actually got a degree in engineering, and he acts goofy like that. But it was Seal, and everyone said it was Seal, and I said no, it was Damon Wayans, and I'm stupid because I lost. Who was the runner up? Ooh, I don't remember. The Flamingo went out first. Oh, the runner up was Chris Daughtry from from Daughtry. He was the Chris Daughtry was the Rottweiler. Yeah. And nobody guessed it. That was great. Nobody even came close. And not a single person said Chris Daughtry. And it's really weird because back in the day, yeah, I watched all the American Idols. I know his voice, but he got me the entire time. I couldn't figure it out. Oh, me and reality TV. It's so bad, but sometimes I have to just watch it because it's so bad. And it really kind of gets me. But yeah, Chris Daughtry, it surprised me. Nobody guessed it. And I thought it was great. A lot of people had said that the second season was easier. Not for me. I was like, what the hell? But I loved Paul Schaefer. Paul Schaefer as the skeleton was awesome. I know from American Idol, and I guessed it right. Claire, yes, great. I'm glad somebody did because none of the judges did. The only not even the host. He was like, I don't think he knew it either. But yeah, he did a pretty good job. I just watched The Voice. What is that? I don't know that one. The one thing about me is I watch a lot of court shows. I love Judge Judy of the People's Court. I've recently started listening to Judge Rinder. If you haven't seen Judge Rinder, you might look him up on YouTube. It's a great channel. He is a British. He's not really a judge. He's a barrister, but he does arbitration like Judge Judy and the other ones do. And he's gay, and he's very, very, very gay, and he's just so great. I mean, I adore Judge Judy, but Judge Winder just is entertaining. If you want to have a good laugh, try to watch him. He's great. But Judge Judy is the best. They should do like a rap battle, an epic rap battle, Judge Judy versus Judge Winder, and that would be wonderful. Oh yeah, like she says, I love REM. Well, I can tell you a story about REM if you want to hear it. I was going to that school, Lake Forest High School. My family moved to Grays Lake, Illinois. If you're familiar with the band Chevelle, they were friends of mine. We lived together. We used to play basketball. Me and Joe used to play basketball all the time, and it was great. I really love. He was a nice guy. They fired him from the band. He's crazy like me. It's so funny because we were really good friends. He worked at Wendy's, and I worked at Wendy's with him, and I really enjoyed it. Joe Loeffler, really nice guy. But yeah, Chevelle. I don't really like their music. I used to make fun of them and call them Hanson because they were three brothers and stuff. But they made it, and I was surprised. And then people are like, "Oh, why you saying you know Chevelle?" It's like, no, I know them, and I can tell you I'm not like bragging because I hate their music. But what happened with me is I went to the school, and I was pretty shy at that point in time, and like maybe the second or third day when I switched to the Grays Lake School, they did a lip sync contest, and I was like, "Wow, I'd like to do that." So I really wish I had a video of it because we used to have a video of it. So they set down a chair. I kind of dressed up like so I made myself look as much like. Oh God, I'm just bad at names today. But I went out and I did the whole thing, losing my religion. and I did the whole thing with the dancing, the arm flailing arms and everything. And this kid who's only been in this school for 2 weeks that nobody knew got a standing ovation from 500 people. The next day in school, everyone was like, "Hey, do the arm, flail the arms around. Hey, it's REM." So I became famous in the school that I was only in for 2 weeks because I braved it and I did that, and it was really, 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 really cool. I enjoyed it a whole lot. I'm missing something. Wait, we're talking about plagiarism. Please close it, then open it again. I'm a little confused here. Jerry Springer is a judge now on TV. Oh, is he really? Here's the thing about Jerry Springer. I like him as a person. One of the things is about him is that he didn't really like the way that his show went. Now, I've actually seen his show twice. You could, if I had the episodes, I could actually show you. One episode I went with my friend Tim, and he at one point a girl took out a joint and lit it, and everyone started up and applauding, and my friend Tim got up applauding too, and it got on video, and his mom wanted to see that Jerry Springer episode, and Tim was like, "No, I can't do it because she's gonna see me cheering for the marijuana." And he's like, we gotta lie to her about when it comes on. It's like, you want to lie to your mom, lie to your mom. I'm not gonna tell a lie to her, but yeah, he was so scared that she was gonna see him applauding that, and he's a good friend. He was my best friend in high school. Missed him, but yeah, I didn't even know how it happened, but me and Tim did everything. Oh, Christine's leaving. Well, Dream Sweet. Well, thank you for being here too, NyQuil. And it's just really happy to see you guys. And thank you, Christine. You've supported me through everything. You are beyond awesome. All of you guys are beyond awesome. Judge Jerry. I'm gonna have to look that up. That's something. But yeah, he wanted it to be political, like Phil Donahue. But didn't work. So that's when he got into the fighting and everything, and he didn't like that. He you could tell it makes him uncomfortable, but it's how he made money. I mean, it's hard to turn down that sort of job. So I have seen Green Eggs and Hams. It was good. Have you seen the Saturday Night Live where Jesse Jackson reads Green Eggs and Ham? If you haven't, look it up on YouTube. That is hilarious. When I was in school, we were reading sort of a sermon by a really powerful guy like Jesse Jackson, and they're like, they wanted to read it with passion. I'm just sitting there, and they're like, "Oh, Jake can do it." I'm like, "What? You're the actor." Okay. So yeah, get up there and act like Jesse Jackson. I did not do a good job at it. I'm an angry actor. I'm the one you can't handle the truth. But I'm not so good at acting anymore. I have actually won a few acting awards, but I haven't acted in a long time, and I was really disappointed in my acting in the Dracula. I think I did good in the Hitchhiker one, but I think I did really bad. I think I did really bad as Van Helsing, but I think what I probably should have done is practice the parts more. But luckily, Mortis Media, Nordic Vampire, Hallucination, Ghost Mummy, everyone picked up the slack, so it was pretty good. Now, I remember when VCRs were super expensive. Me too. I'm still not telling anybody my age because it's meow, 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 meow. That's what somebody went there. I'm 1 in a million. Oh, you're 1 in 2 million. So thanks. I feel like roadkill all the day. Sorry. It's okay. But yeah. You watch some old shows. I remember people were like, "Oh wow, we gotta get a VCR! Yay, yay, we get a VCR!" Or when or the days where they you had to go out to the Blockbuster or even like a smaller store, rent like 4 movies on pizza night. Um, $600, yeah. Well, actually, some of them are expensive now too because they're difficult to get. Well, thank you, Bitty Bitty. I'm going to do another play. People who are interested in maybe doing voices for it, send me an email. I haven't decided which one yet, but it's going to be a Mercury Theater play. I'm not going to do War of the Worlds though because I think it's boring. So boring. Oh yeah, Beta. We had Betamax too. Everyone thought that was going to be the big thing, but yeah, Betamax. 56. Well, again, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it might matter to you. I don't know. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I just 29 forever. Well, I'm 17. If you want to believe that. Hi there, Angie. How you doing? 51. Part of me wants to say it, but I'm not going to. Not now. It's no one will be surprised. I'm a little older. I'm a little older than most. Little older than most of the other narrators. A lot of them are. I know my friend Mortis is a little bit older than some of them too, but a lot of them. I'm like Swamp Dweller is like 18, 19, I think. But then again, it's been a few years. He might be a little older. Almost everybody who's posted their age, I am younger than you. So I'll say that. Everyone who's posted their age, no one has posted an age yet that's younger than me. So unless someone did it and I didn't see it. So, but yeah, and it doesn't matter. I mean, your age. The only thing that your age is how many times the Earth has gone around the sun since you were born. That's what your age is. People are just put too much focus into that. So that's why I don't do it. It's I guarantee you that if I told it, some people would be like, they would react kind of weird because I'm sort of a character, and it's that. But not older than me. How old are you, Bitty Bitty? I know it's unfair of me to ask since I do that. I don't. Mortis was younger. He's younger than me. I'm not 100% sure. I probably should keep my mouth shut. I don't need him to get mad at me if he didn't give me permission to do that. I think he's around 30, but it's I don't remember exactly. I know his real name. We use it all the time in the when we send emails and stuff. We always sign it with our name and call each other by our real name. Bonnie is 45. Yes, I'm younger than that. Hey, Fidel, nice to see you. Here's what I'm going to say about this chat. We haven't really done anything specific. We just chatted and stuff, which I like. I like interacting with you guys. I'll probably do some other things in there, but this is nice. As you probably noticed, I got over my nerves, too. I feel really wonderful. I know you're old enough to remember the NWO, yes. Dan's 37. Well, Evil Black Cat's younger than me. If she tells her age, I'm going to punch her. Guess my age, kid? None of you can guess my age, Kiss. He is probably 30. You think I'm 30? Interesting. Let me just tell you this. Here is what I'll tell you. If you guys know that Microsoft thing that you have the webcam take a picture of you, and it guesses your age. It puts me at 30. So it thinks I'm 30. But KOC said he was a kid in Cold War times. What did Billy Joel say? Cold War kid, and I reckon he was born in the 70s. The 70s. Well, I do remember watching new episodes of Three's Company, so. And yes, I remember the NWO. I remember Ronald Reagan. Um, I love Smurfs. One of my birthday parties was a complete Smurf. I got Smurf cake, Smurf toys. My mom bought me Smurf sheets, Smurf blankets. I was a complete Smurf fiend. At 42, that's not bad. But this is fun, actually. I'm enjoying this. Um, but yeah, the biggest thing is it doesn't really matter, you know, and also ties in with the Star Wars things. Oh, thank you. Ashwell is always such a nice and wonderful person. Thank you very much for that. Did he go up into the? No, so I don't have to worry about Sorry being more. You okay? I don't want to get into anything religious, but if you remember, if you the first Star Wars was 1977. I can tell you I did not see it in the theater. But yeah, if you remember that part in the Bible, and I'm sorry to do this, where that woman the poor woman donates 2 cents, and everyone makes fun of her, but she can't. That's all she has. And they get mad at her for not donating more, and Jesus says to them, "She's donated more than any of you have, even though they put a lot of money." And that's the way to look at it. Oh wow, that's all I'll say is wow, 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 wow. But that's all I'm gonna say. Wow. But yes, it's just something to think about. 38 in February. My birthday is May 23rd. Although, for a long time, my parents didn't know what my birthday was. Until I was about 12 years old, everyone celebrated my birthday on May 25th. My parents got divorced, and when they did, my mom, for some reason, got a copy of my birth certificate. It's like, oh, wait, no, wait, his birthday is on May 23rd. It was pretty cool. Mom says there was a viewing party the first time Star Wars in Italy. The movies were passed around the base, and we went to someone's house to watch them. Yep. I still believe no one has dared to guess my age. I never do that. Because I really hate doing that. May 23rd, check. Wait, what? But yeah, May 23rd. I have no memory of Star Wars being new. I remember watching it in school. I know everything that happens, but I have no idea when the first time was I watched it. Me neither, actually. But here's one thing: is like I said earlier, I don't think the movies are all that wonderful. Some of them are, some are not. But I really like Mark Hamill and Luke Skywalker. President Trump impeach. I won't give my opinion on that. So, as I follow the philosophy of Johnny Carson. Best to keep your politics to yourself. Just do your channel and do things right. Yep, she did have. My sister had a canopy bed, which it was strawberry shortcake. It was pretty neat. Angie and Bonnie. No matter how old you are, you sound awesome. Thanks, John. I appreciate it. I tried to cheat and looked up Chevelle members again. Ages so. Have an estimate here. Okay, what do you think? Joe is younger than I am. I'll tell you that. Even though he's not in the band anymore. Oh God, that was so horrible. Fired by his two brothers, and it was just wrong. And he was just completely and utterly devastated. He's obsessive compulsive, like severely obsessive compulsive, like me, and he has all these like nice classic cars, but he sit in his driveway. He won't drive them. He drives his old jalopy because and he has to. Like me, his feet can't touch the floor. If my feet touch the floor, I freak out. I always wear slippers. But yeah, he was like that. Nice guy, but yeah, he's younger. He's younger than I am. God, I can't believe they made it, too. I really can't. He's the most religious person I've ever known too. The very first thing he does when he sees anybody is ask if they're a Christian. Hey, are you a Christian? But I remember we worked at Wendy's together, and we didn't talk to each other. I didn't know that they had been famous. I was in a car with my friend Matt. We were driving. There was a song on. You're listening to it, and they're like, "And that's Chevelle." And I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of interesting." I used to know. I used to know some guys in a band called Chevelle. The three brothers from Gray's Lake. And Matt's like, "That's them." I'm like, "No." I'm like, "No, that's them." You're kidding me. Joe Loeffler? He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." I'm like, "Oh, okay, weird." And I didn't think about it, but then one day I was going to my psychiatrist to get my Prozac. And I was sitting in the waiting room, and there was this guy there with this mohawk. I love mohawks. I mean, mohawks are. I don't know what it is about mohawks, but I just adore them. And he had an awesome mohawk, and it was down. He didn't have it up or anything. And he kept looking at me. I'm like, "What the heck's going on? What the heck's going on?" Looking at me and stuff. And he eventually comes up to me and he says, "Can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Did you used to work at Wendy's in Gurnee, Illinois?" "Yeah." "Is your name Jake?" "Yeah." "I knew it was you." And he's talking to me for like 10 minutes. I'm like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" I didn't know it was him. And it was like, he just talking and talking and talking. And then it hit me. It's like, oh, that's Joe Loeffler. And he invited me. The first thing he did, ask my friend who was there with me, "Are you a Christian?" And he's like, "Of course I am. Yeah, yeah." And then he went into the whole spiel about that and invited me to a Bible reading, which I did not go to. I have very, very, very eclectic religious beliefs, and they wouldn't go very well with going to a Bible reading. So my mom has to match colors. That's true. We all have a little bit of obsessive compulsive. So, do you like any Indiana Jones movies? Absolutely, I like them all. Like them all. I mean, if you want to talk a little bit about religion, I'll tell you. Um, I have an affinity for Hinduism because everything else can fall under it. Everything else can exist under Hinduism. And one of the big things about Hinduism, let me just say if you don't know, is that there's the Brahman, which is this force, like, think about the force, exists in the universe, and we're all a part of that. So, I am you, you are me, we're all the same person, we're all together, we're all part of this universe. And I believe that. I believe that we will exist forever, but in different ways. So and the reason, it came through very odd for me because Hinduism used to scare me. I saw an episode of Xena. Where they were doing stuff about Hinduism, and they had a demon with all these arms and stuff who cut Xena's arms off, and it freaked me the hell out, and I was really scared of like Hindu demons and stuff like that. And I had a very strong religious conversion, and I don't want to really go into details about it, but I didn't go into a lot of details about it in my story. It's the scariest thing that ever happened to me. I lost my mind, and I'm sure Evil Black Cat remembers that. I completely lost my mind. I thought I was going to get murdered. And it was my anxiety just rose and rose and rose and rose and rose, and I was confident I was going to get murdered. And I lost all touch with reality. And that's when I had sort of a religious conversion. And then I realized maybe the religious conversion had a lot to do with the fact that I grew up with a certain religion. And then I went past that and said, "Hey, I went to college." When I was in college, this is really interesting. When I was in science class made me believe in religion more. When I was in I took a religion class to learn about different religions. That made me believe in it less, and it's so ironic, but it was pretty neat. Definitely a light went out when George passed. Yeah. Oh, hey there, Terry Zoo Robinson. Love that name. Uh, I'm bummed. I just got home, so I'm just tuning in. So hey, buddy. Oh, hey there. I'll go for a little bit longer. It's usually I do these for about an hour, but I'm having fun chatting with you guys. I'm very talkative today, if you noticed that too. So, um, I promise though, I will figure out the I will figure out how to get my sister into the next stream. Um, Tom Petty, yeah. I love Tom Petty. He had it for a cushion a moment. Yep. See, it's just, I don't know, just interesting to me. And, um, as most people know, I am really in between a lot of stuff because I'm a skeptic. Pretty much a die-hard skeptic. Um, but I'm not an atheist. Um, but I'm not really a theist either. I really don't know what I am. But then again, I said my idea is that we're just all together, and we're all the same, and we will always be that way. And I think that's pretty cool, to tell you the truth. And that's one of the reasons I love you guys. I get along with you guys. We're all the same. Yeah, the Tom Petty passing away was sad. Dolores O'Riordan. Yeah, agnostic is probably the best thing to describe. Um, but agnostic, a little bit of Christianity, but more in the Gnostic Gospels. The Gospel of Thomas was a Christmas present I got a couple of years ago. I love the Gospel of Thomas. It's my favorite of all of them. Um, but then again, it's like, yeah, Unitarian. That would. I think Unitarians would definitely accept what I do. But yeah, it's more. I don't know how to explain it, but it's there. Yeah, actually, Joanne, I've been to Unitarian Universalist Church before. Love them. Um, Actually, if you guys, I know atheists that actually like Unitarian and Universalist too. Holy Kool Aid, who's a great channel. Actually, sometimes he's a little harsh, but he went to the Unitarian church and he loved it and went there several times. But it's like I said, you can do that. So, sounds a bit like me, exactly, Cassie. Well, Jen, I'm really happy about that. Really happy about that. How are our cats? Okay, everything you said. Well, I love that. Joanne, I'm actually smiling really big right now. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. How are our cats? The cats are fine. I think some of them are annoying my sister because they're annoying my sister because they keep getting into the Christmas tree, and she has to yell at them to get up. But our cats are great. We have a lot of wonderful kitties. Too many, actually, but we love every one of them. And I've also been yeah, I opened up the stream of the thing. I still don't know how to add my sister though. Ah, I'm so horrible. But yeah, they're good. Yeah, the cats are plentiful. Um, they're fun. They're a lot. Drew's been getting kind of fat, so we got to do some stuff with her. Um, but yeah, the three cats, Kujo, Konohamaru, and Yichiru, they're my brothers. They were my brother's kittens. When I remember when they were born, he was sending us pictures of them. And it's like if they're his kittens. We took care of them just because my nephew was there, and he broke the mother's leg. Very lucky I wasn't there when he did it, because I would have fucking kicked his ass. But yeah, he took my brother's cat, the mom of those kittens, threw it fucking up against the wall, and completely broke its leg in half. She had to wear a cast for a while. And I'm really, really upset that my brother didn't just pound it. I mean, I don't even like violence, as you know, but if someone does that to one of my cats, you're going to get some freaking violence. So he was worried about that, so he brought her over here, She had a cast on. We had to get her a big cast. And then we brought our kittens here, too, because they were still nursing. And we brought them here to keep my nephew from doing anything horrible to them. And then my brother passed away. And we can't give them to anybody. They're part of him now. So they're very important. We can't get rid of them. We had 4 cats before that. And then we had to take care of his 3. Then there's Ash, our other black cat that my roommate had to get because he was jealous that I had a black cat. And I'm not even kidding. He was very, very jealous of my black cat. And John, okay, good night, John. I hope you do great. You're a good friend. And thank you for showing up. And thank you for supporting me. You're always a good guy. Yeah. My cat is orange, and I keep calling it Killer Orange Cat. That is awesome. Like I said, here's what I say, guys. If you want to, even if they're the gray thing, everyone call your orange cats Killer Orange Cats because we're being ironic. Ichigo is a big old teddy bear. He is just a big old wonderful teddy bear, and he's a cuddly little baby. You pick him up, and he'll hug you. He's a good guy, but yeah, the name is ironic. But it came to me just because he was giving me a stare like, I want some damn food. Like, you look scary there. Sleep well, John. Yeah. What if you have dogs? We have one dog actually. We have a collie. She's a really interesting character. Her name is Buffy. I forget why we named her Buffy, but I'm sure my sister remembers. But she's an interesting creature interacting with the cats. She kind of gets annoyed with them, but you could tell she kind of like takes ownership of the cats. It's really interesting. It's like, these are my cats. Even when they're mean to me, these are my cats. And it's like, sometimes, she looks like, hey, I'm going to defend the kids. Yeah, she's an interesting dog. She's getting up there in age, though, but she's a sweetheart. But yeah, Buffy is pretty cool. And she showed up in some of my videos, too. What would you call dogs if cats are named Killer Orange Cat? I don't know. I'm not really a dog person. I like Buff, and stuff. But, here's my thing. I like cats because they clean themselves. And, sometimes you pet dogs, and don't get me wrong, I love dogs, but then I get dog hands. And, it's, when you do it with cats, you don't get cat hands because they always clean themselves. And as you guys know, I'm a severely obsessive compulsive. So, it kind of gets to me sometimes. So, does she slay vampires? I think we wanted her to. Right after I put her out in Mom's backyard and she ran away, I tried all the names I tried to call her, and Buffy is what she responded to. Well, there you go. And she's good. I don't call her Buffy. I call her Buff. She got a lot of treats today. We made a little turkey loaf, which I know may sound silly to people, but I love turkey loaf. So for dinner, I made us a turkey loaf and some mashed potatoes, and she got to lick the gravy of the turkey loaf pan. So she was very happy. But let me look at something here. I'm going to read this real quick. I want to do something. I wanted to read something for you guys. I wanted to find something that was public domain, of course. I really wanted to read The Grinch, but I'm not going to do anything like that. Fortunately, this poem is public domain. It's called Yule Horror by H.P. Lovecraft. And yes, it is public domain, so I can read it. Yay! So let me do that. There's snow on the ground, and the valleys are cold, and a midnight profound blackly squats over the world. But a light on the hilltops half seen hints of feastings on hollowed and old. There is death in the clouds. There is fear in the night. For the dead in their shrouds hail the sun's turning flight, and chant wild in the woods as they dance around a Yule altar, fungus and white. To no gale of earth's kind sways the forest of oak, where the sick boughs entwined by mad mistletoes choke. For these powers are the powers of the dark, from the graves of the lost druid folk. And mayst thou do such deeds, be an abbot and priest, singing cannibal greeds at each devil-wrought feast, and all to the incredulous world, shewing dimly the sign of the beast. And here's the funny thing, that is a Christmas poem. And like I said, I wanted to do that. I was going to open with that. And then I was talking about maybe reading The Raven. You know, all horror narrators have to read The Raven at some point. But yeah, H.P. Lovecraft is great, but love it when you read. Well, here I'm going to read another poem. I thought about when I was in junior high school, I had to memorize this poem. It's by Edgar Allan Poe, and it's the closest thing you're going to get from Edgar Allan Poe to be Christmassy. It's called The Bells. It's a little bit long, but I had to memorize this in the 8th grade. I remember that, and I memorized it, got it perfectly. It's called The Bells by Edgar Allan Poe. So, hear the sledges with the bells, silver bells. What a world of merriment their melody foretells. How they tinkle, tinkle, tinkle in the icy air of night. Why the stars that oversprinkle all the heavens seem to twinkle with the crystalline delight, keeping time, 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 in a sort of rhythmic rhyme, to the tintinnabulation that so musically wells from the bells, 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 from the jingling and the tinkling of the bells. Hear the mellow wedding bells, golden bells. What a world of happiness their harmony foretells. Through the balmy air of night, how they ring out their delight. From the molten golden notes, and in a tune, what liquid ditty floats, to the turtle dove that listens while she gloats on the moon. Oh, from the sounding cells, what a gush of euphony voluminously wells, how it swells on the future, how it tells of the rapture that impels to the swinging and the ringing of the bells, 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 of the bells, 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 to the rhyming and the chiming of the bells. Hear the lad alarum bells, brazen bells, what a tale of terror now their turbulency tells. In the startled ear of night, how they scream out their affright. Too much horrified to speak, they can only shriek, shriek out of tune. In a clamorous appealing to the mercy of the fire, and a mad expostulation with a deaf and frantic fire, leaping higher, 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 with a desperate desire, and a resolute endeavor, now to sit or never, by the side of the pale-faced moon. Oh, the bells, 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 what a tale of terror tells of despair, how they cling and clash and roar, what a horror they outpour on the bosom of the palpitating air. Yet the ear it fully knows, by the twanging and the clanging, how the danger ebbs and flows. Yet the eerie distinctly tells, in the jangling and the wrangling, how the danger swinks and swells, by the sinking of the swelling and the anger of the bells, of the bells, of the bells, 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 in the clamor and the clangor of the bells. Hear the tolling of the bells, iron bells. What a world of solemn thought their monody compels. In the silence of the night, how we shiver with affright at the melancholy menace of their tone. For every sound that floats from the rust within their throats is a groan. And the people, the people, that they dwell up in the steeple all alone, and who tolling, tolling, tolling in that muffled monotone, feel a glory in so rolling on the human heart of stone. They are neither man nor woman, they are neither brute nor human. They are ghouls, and their king is it who tolls. And he rolls, 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 a paean from the bells, and his merry bosom swells with the paean of the bells, and he dances, and he yells, keeping time, 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 in a sort of runic rhyme, to the paean of the bells, keeping time, 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 in a sort of runic rhyme, to the throbbing of the bells, 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 to the sobbing of the bells, keeping time, 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 as he knells, 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 in a happy runic rhyme, to the rolling of the bells, 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 to the tolling of the bells, 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 to the moaning and the groaning of the bells. I had to read that poem in front of 50 people. I hope you enjoyed that. And I'm sorry that, okay, night, Lorraine. I'm sorry that people were talking while I was reading that. I didn't see what you said because I had that up on the screen. I don't have it memorized anymore. Pretty Flowers, hi. I hope that you enjoy that a little bit. You know, it's the most Christmassy thing that I think Edgar Allan Poe ever wrote. I'm surprised I didn't trip over a lot of the words either. So, suddenly a cell phone goes off. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. Love the way you guys say that, thanks. You guys are all great. I think for the next one, I really want to find something. If anybody has any ideas about poems or stories that I might be able to read live, I'd like to do that more for you. So we're not just talking, we'll be able to do some stuff too. So it was awesome. Thank you. I tried to. If I hammed it up a little bit, I'm sorry. I love that poem, and I really should do the Raven sometime. To the Telltale Heart. You know, I think I'll do that. I don't think I'll do it today because we're not going to probably not do this for too much longer. The Telltale Heart, that is a great story. What I'll do is I'll do that. I will. I have all of Edgar Allan Poe stuff, so I will do that. Then do the Raven. I can never say we'll be able to have this ability to quote something. Oh, Biddy, thank you. You are so awesome. Read Scrooge. I have a few now. I gotta go. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you, Biddy. You're a good friend. I guess I'm gonna have to let you win a couple words with friends there. Love you to pieces. I love you. You put the pieces back together. The cask is a must. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm really enjoying this. So how about I'm gonna do another stream. Probably not tomorrow, but God. I might be able to do a stream on Christmas Eve. But I'll do it earlier. Like around noon or something, maybe. Or give me some ideas, because we're going to go over to my mom's house at some point. But I would like to do this. I would like to... And maybe I could do one on Christmas. I would like to read... things. So I'll read through A Christmas Carol, read through The Raven, and I'll do another one, and I'll read some stories. You guys, if you guys like it, it really makes me feel happy. So thank you. KFC, since you talk shows earlier, do you remember Geraldo or Maury Povich? Oh yeah, I remember Geraldo and Maury Povich. I remember Morton Downey Jr. He was the first one that I watched. He was pretty cool. Do you know when we're going to Mom's? I don't know. Did she tell you? We're going to our mom's house on Christmas Eve for a little while. Here's what I want to tell you how this is. It's going to be a big moment, actually, because 2013, me and my stepfather, and I've considered my stepfather has issues. He's done some bad things in the past, but I've always sort of. I see him more as a dad than my real dad. I have no feelings for my biological father at all. Nothing. He is a awful, pathetic excuse for a human being, and I have no feelings for him that are good. I pretty much consider my stepdad my father. He and I got into a big fight in 2013, and we are two of the most stubborn people that you will ever meet. And the fight was nasty. I ended up, and we got into a fight. I ended up having to call the police, who told him, because we were renting the house from him and stuff, and he thought that he could just walk into it. Oh, he's an asshole. You mean Frank or Dad? But Frank will admit he's an asshole. Like I sometimes admit to do, but Frank, the fight was stupid, but it was nasty as hell. I mean, he raised his voice to me, and as everyone says, you don't raise your voice to me. That's the one thing I can't put up with. When he raised his voice, and I told him, you need to lower your voice. You do not talk to me. You do not talk to me like that. And he's like, oh, what are you going to do about it? It's like, you don't want to know what I'll do about it. I'll fucking put you in the hospital. And, oh, you think you're so bad and tough? No, I think I'm fucking crazy, man. And we fought. It was nasty. It probably went on for like an hour and a half. I at one point, I ran off into my sister's room. I curled up into a ball and kind of rocked back and forth because I was about to be violent. And I don't know what I would have done. So I was scared that I was going to hurt him very badly if this continued. And I think he thought I was scared of him, which is really silly because I don't get scared of it. I hate arguments, but it was nasty as hell. And my sister called the cops, and they came out and they told him that he's not allowed to go in the house because I'm renting the house. I'm the legal tenant, and they took him out of the house. And we have not spoken once since 2013. Now, my brother, and again, we're stubborn. My mom is like, when is this going to end? When is this going to end? And how long can he hold a grudge? And my sister's like, when was the last time you talked to Dad? The grudge I hold upon my dad, I have not spoken to my dad since 1998. And I can hold a grudge forever. And she's like, oh, crap. My brother was always told me, he's like, you need to just don't think about the fight, You really need to just go up to him and say, hey, I'm not blaming either of us. I'm sorry it happened. Let's, again, like Claire just said, forgive and forget. But, again, we're stubborn. And it was when my brother died, and it was my stepfather who found him. And then he alarm went off and stuff, and he went outside. It was when my brother didn't do it. He came in, and my brother was sitting in a chair, and he was non-responsive, of course, and he wasn't breathing, and he was cold when my stepdad touched him, and he got freaked out, and he cried a lot, and when it happened, I realized that it's very, 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 very important to, as Claire said, to forgive and forget. And so I told my mom to talk to him and say, hey, because what happened with my brother, we don't want this to happen to other of us. So I'm like, can we just get past it and be a family again? It took him a few days. Again, and I don't blame him for that. Again, if you would, like Evil Black Cat's explaining how bad the fight was, it was nasty as hell. And we had problems. I will always have problems with my stepdad. Like Evil Black Cat just said that my stepdad was upset that when my brother was like, hey, you want to go fishing? No, I got to do stuff. And he broke down in the restaurant and crying. And my mom was telling me all this stuff. And I'm like, I can't let things like this happen. So yeah, he did it. And on Christmas Eve, I will see him for the first time since 2013. I'm a little scared. We're not going to argue. I know that we're because of my brother and our feelings for my brother. There's not going to be a problem. I know there's not. And he bought us a ham for Christmas and stuff. But yeah, he said, I'm guessing we probably just won't talk about it. But it's probably good. And we'll just be a family again. I mean, for the longest time, I wasn't even allowed in his house. And whenever I went to the house, he had to be working, and my mom would have to sneak me in and stuff. And he wasn't allowed in my house. And I always told him, if you step foot on my yard, I'm going to have you arrested. That's how nasty it was. And I feel bad about it, But for the memory of my brother, who I loved and hated, and he was something else. I'm sorry that it took him passing away for me to make up with my stepdad, but you can always find some good out of the worst things. So, I miss my brother, but he brought the family back together, and I think that's really wonderful. And I'm reading everything everyone's saying. Pretty Flowers, thank you. Bonnie, thank you. John, thank you. He bought us ham the last few years now. Yeah, it's a tradition that he buys us a ham for Christmas. That's why we had the turkey loaf today, because we don't want to have turkey and ham on Christmas. So we're gonna have a nice ham. We gotta have mashed potatoes. It's my favorite. I'm not making any green bean casserole this year unless the Evil Black Cat really wants it. But yeah, it's crescent rolls. Oh, I love crescent rolls. Stuffing is my favorite. So. But yeah, I might jump on here and do a stream on Christmas. I don't know if anybody will be able to listen to it, but hey, I will find a Christmas. It might be a Christmas Carol. Maybe I'll read a Christmas Carol. It's a bit of a long story, but it could be fun. Thank you, ZD Swinson. You are honoring your brother in an amazing way by being willing to forgive. Yeah. Here's the thing. I could forgive my dad for everything he ever did to us if he admitted it and said he was sorry. But he can't do that. Everything is everybody else's fault. And all he has to say is, I'm sorry. But he won't do it. And I can't forgive him unless he says I'm sorry. And my stepdad will say, I'm sorry. He won't, so. And I've spoken to your brother in years. His mom died, we slowly drifted apart. We were adopted for different families, so. Well, I mean, we've had some other deaths. A couple of my uncles died. I wasn't really close with either of them. But my brother was. My brother dying was the most significant death that I've ever experienced. Okay. My brother and Matthew. If you guys know my personal story about my friend Matthew, that almost killed me. And it was I had to be the person that saw what happened, and I don't know why he did it to this day. He committed suicide in a bathtub, and it's a story on there. It's the most disturbing, scary thing that ever happened in my life. We were in a hotel. We were leaving. We got a fast car. I got a plan to get us out of here. That was our thing, and we played that in the car when we left, and stuff. And I don't know why he did it. We were in a hotel, and he killed himself in the bathtub. And I walked in and I saw it. It was just like. It's like that. So yeah, I can't. Matthew and my brother were the two most significant deaths I've ever experienced. They both, it broke her heart. And it's the thing is that here's the funniest thing about the story about Matthew. Other than Evil Black Cat, my dad, my stepmom, they didn't even realize I was gone for a while. They didn't even know I was gone. And I couldn't tell them me and Matthew had I can't explain our relationship. It was very, very connected spiritually. I don't know. He was the best, one of the best friends a person could ever have, but I don't know what happened. Um, but yeah, it's yeah. See, she remembers that. So I guess maybe they did notice. Told me that as was Sue and Randall at the time. Yeah. My uncle Randall, again, rest in peace. He was my idol. I loved. He got mad at me all the time because I commented on how smart he was. He was my idol. The guy was a computer programmer. He was a grouch pouch. I mean, he was a huge grouch. But I loved Randall. He was great and stuff. And he passed away. That made me really sad. With that heart that you found on the front porch or whatever. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. See, so some weird things. But yeah, I can't explain my relationship with Matthew. I don't think most people would understand it. Um, his mom was a lawyer, and she was a bitch. I really didn't like her, but that's what we did. It's like my dad. I remember one time I had. Let me just tell you how one of the things that happened before I had the flu. I had 101 temperature, and I told my dad, you got to call me, and I can't go to school. I have a freaking fever. I will only let you stay home if you take care of the baby for a day. I had the fucking flu. You want me to take care of an infant while I have the flu? Oh Lord. Oh, Eileen, my former stepmother, who is maybe one of the few people in this world I will cause violence to if I ever see her again. I didn't even know she slapped my sister at one point. If I had known that at the time, unfortunately, I probably would have done. She would have been in a bit of pain. I have no problem hitting a woman if they hit first. My mom taught me that. My dad's like, oh, you don't hit a woman, you don't hit a woman. My mom is like, if she hits you, you better hit her back. I'm like, what? She's like, if a girl hits you, and you don't hit her back, my mom's like, I will be pissed off at you. Said, if a girl hits you, hit her back. Now, keep in mind that I don't like to hit anybody, but people lose their tempers, and stuff. And sometimes you got to defend yourself. And there were girls that would punch me because they thought, hey, you can't hit a girl. And here's my thing. You can't hit anyone. Anyone. That's what I think. You can't hit anyone. Don't say you can't hit a girl. You can't hit a guy. You can't hit anyone. Don't make things about it. It's bad to do it. Now, you can do it. You can do it if you're defending yourself, but try to get away, and try not to really. I mean, I felt bad about breaking that guy's arm, but he was a big muscle-bound guy and stuff. And oh yeah, that was before you were born, Evil Black Cat. But yeah, my dad once slapped my mom, and I guess she grabbed a beer bottle and broke it and put it in his neck and told him that she'd kill him if he ever did it again. Oh my God, I'm getting everyone in such a downer. I'm sorry. Do you like the group called Cinderella? I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, no violence. Violence is just, it's bad. So let's just like people. There's so much hatred in the world right now. It's like again, I don't sign on to Facebook because it's toxic. I sign on to Facebook, and the whole liberal versus Trump thing. Trump people hating the liberals hate the Trumps. People calling people names. People posting nasty things, calling each other stupid. All that stuff it's toxic, and I just can't do it. I just can't. I don't want that. Here's what I want. I want us to be happy. I want us to have good things. I tell you guys scary stories that have some of them are really sad. But we like scary stories. We like to be scared when we're safe. We were here for you, KOC. Thank you, Bonnie Joy. I really appreciate it. You guys are wonderful. Wonderful. I love you all very much. This is why I've gone a lot longer in the stream than I was planning on doing. So, Yeah, I can't go on Facebook. I have friends on it, but uh, I can go on. I go on Twitter. I don't have a problem with Twitter. I'm able to what am I trying to say? I think Twitter is somewhat necessary for the growth of my YouTube channel, but I'm able to block stuff easier that I don't want to see. Um, and I just don't like mean people, and most of the people I follow on Twitter are the other horror narrators. And I gotta tell you one thing about it. The horror narrators are great. I mean, this is a great community. You're very loved. Thank you, Zeddy. I love you much back, too. Cujo is using my arm for a pillow. But yeah, see, it's great. It's wonderful. Um, uh, I don't remember. I gotta work early tomorrow. Whatever's I can be here all night. Um, but here is a thing. I got really, really angry. It might have been a couple of years ago. I'm trying to remember the name of that guy. There was a guy who really, really hates horror narrators, and he started like slandering a lot of them. And the weird thing is that I did one of his stories, a creepypasta, and I asked him, I said the story is really great. Can I put it on my channel? You can put it on the channel, but you better not monetize it. So I hate when people monetize other people's stories. I'm like, okay. So let me explain something to you. When George Lucas writes a script and he gives it to Steven Spielberg to make the movie, Steven Spielberg can't make money off the movie because George Lucas wrote it? That's ridiculous. You may have written the story. I recorded the story. I made the story into a production. So why can't you monetize it? And the guy started false copyright claims on people, and he started a channel to try to bring down the horror community, and he started spreading lies about us, about how horrible and toxic the community, and it's not. The horror community is awesome. They're wonderful people, and they're great. Hugfest, sending virtual hugs, I love that. Yeah, but see, the horror community is great. They support me. I mean, you get like Mortis Media, who's just as I mentioned before, great. Swamp Deller, awesome. Miss King Spook, I haven't forgotten, guys. I'll send him a message. Hopefully, if I get an update from him, I'll let you all know. There is so many nice and wonderful people. Nordic Vampire is so wonderfully nice. Phantom of Darkness is cool, but he kind of hates my flirting. It's like he gets really, really upset when I flirt with him. I flirt with everybody, I flirt with boys, flirt with girls. I'm just flirty, naturally, and I call him Babe. I called him Babe once, and he got upset at me. He's a good friend, and I said, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'll call you. I'll call you Buddy. So I started calling him Buddy, and I understand. I really do understand that how it can make someone uncomfortable. I just do it, though. A lot of I call guys Babe. I call girls Babe. I just call people Babe. It's what I do. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny. That's the KOC Discord if you guys want to join. It's still new, but we're working to make it something. Yeah, Evil Black Cat, my sister's good at the technology stuff and helping things out. Ooh, we got a Cheshire Cat in here. Or you can just smile and have everything disappear by the smile. I love the Cheshire Cat. What is that game? That Alice in Wonderland game where she goes into Wonderland and everything's kind of weird, and her goal is to like kill the Queen of Hearts, and they got a Cheshire Cat like guiding you, but he's really skinny. I really love that game. I have it somewhere, but haven't played it in a while. But that's a fun game. The horror community consists of nicer people. It does. It really, really does. And I can't remember that guy's name. It's not Savage Beast. Something like that's going into my head. But yeah, he was a asshole, and fortunately, he's nothing anymore. I had some problems with him. He posted some false. He didn't do it to me, but I mean, you can't really do copyright claims on my stories because my stories are all original. That's why I do it like that. That's why it takes so much hard work sometimes, and you won't get a video for a while because it's a lot of work I put into it with the people. But so copyrights aren't an issue with me because I'm too scared to do anything like that. Okay, so did you remember to check out the anime Zori? I did not. I'm copying it right now, and I'll look at it right after I'm done with the stream. Which I'm not really ready to stop yet. I'm having a good time talking to y'all. What kind of anime is it? Just wondering. It's I need one to watch. Oh, a prankster fox. Oh, I love that. Do I have an Insta? You mean if you mean Instagram, I don't. Yeah, but it was great joining the live. I can't believe I only started getting alerts for him now. Good night. It's like 11 p.m. there. Well, D, thank you for being here. Really like Dark Alice? Yeah, okay. Maybe, I don't know. It was fun though. I mean, it was so evil, and it was like wait. American McGee's Alice. That's what we called it. American McGee's Alice. When I bought it originally when it came out, my computer at the time couldn't handle it. So I was like, darn it. My computer now will definitely be able to handle it. But I don't know where it is. But yeah, American McGee's Alice. If you haven't played it, it's a good horror game. Have you seen Attack on Titan? Yes, I have. I was watching that before. It's kind of freaky. Those giants are scary. But yeah, it's a. I mean, there's a lot of animes. I need an anime to watch. I mean, what's everyone's favorite anime? I'll have to say that my favorite anime, and it might surprise people, my favorite anime is Eden of the East. If you haven't seen Eden of the East, I recommend watching it. It's really neat. It's there's a lot of like penis obsession on it though, but they call them Johnnies throughout the entire thing. Like Americans, the Japanese, it's always you're Johnny. It's like at one point the worst line in anime history, because the main character was naked for a while, and he finally got his clothes, and the girl was talking to him about whipping something out, and he's like, the only thing that got whipped out was my Johnny, and it's like, what's going on here, guys? But the anime itself is great. As the guy shows up, he's naked. Eden of the East, yeah. He shows up naked with a gun and a phone, and he finds out that he's a participant. He wiped his memories, and he finds out that he's a participant in a game. So he's trying to even though he had his memory wiped, he's trying to get it back and figure out the game. And then he's something what they call a Selazao, and it's really, really neat. I completely binged the entire thing, and it's my favorite. I could watch it all the time. But if you haven't seen it, watch it and tell me what you think. My Hero Academia, that is great too. I like Deku a lot. He's cute. Oh dear Lord, have mercy on KOC. What did I do? Is anime like those Scooby-Doo and Tom and Jerry? I like Scooby-Doo. I don't like Tom and Jerry. I mean, I think when I was a kid, I just realized that Jerry is not a hero. He's an asshole. And, he causes, Tom is actually the good guy. Jerry is sick. He is sick. But Scooby-Doo I like. Scooby-Doo taught you to be a skeptic. Fruit Baskets. Oh yeah, the reboot of Fruit Baskets is good. It's like, looking through, Wolf's Rain and Cowboy Bebop. Yep. That's So Raven. That's So Raven. That's an anime? Flowers The Shining. Food Wars. Trying to get through everybody. If I'm missing something, I'm sorry. But I'm still wondering why I need mercy. You don't mostly because you don't like Eden of the East. Yeah, Jerry's an antagonist. He causes all the trouble, and Tom's just, for the most part, Tom's just being a cat, and Jerry pushes him. And see, I realized that as a kid, and it became very difficult for me to watch. And the last time I ever watched Tom and Jerry was Tom was trying to hide, and he got like a reed and put it in his mouth, and he jumped into a lake or pond, and he went under the pond, and he was using the reed to breathe. So Jerry gets a lot of bees, and he has the bees go down the reed into Tom's stomach, and the bees are all stinging Tom inside, and he jumps up and he's screaming as the bees are stinging him inside. I was like, I ain't watching this shit anymore. That disturbed me like you cannot believe, and I've never watched Tom and Jerry since then. It really disturbed me like you can't. I was talking about watching an anime and a naked character. Well, he's naked for a while. I don't know why. But I don't think any gods are gonna mind me talking about naked characters. The parts that need to be blurred out are blurred out. So, but yeah. I'm glad Joanne that you see that too. It was sick. Tom and Jerry was sick. I had to get me a drink there. My mouth is getting a little dry. Super Saiyan, just so everyone knows. Instagram. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I don't have an Instagram. Maybe I'll get one. I'm more of taking a picture of, other people than have pictures of me. So, but we had lots of cats and lots of cat pictures. So, Roadrunner was a mean son of a bitch as well. Or bun of a sitch. I like that. Yeah, but the Roadrunner was not. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry if I said something bad, Claire. If I did, I apologize. Maybe I'm just loopy and dumb, but I'm sorry if I messed something up there. Love you though. Hope you know that. Didn't like the Three Stooges either. Yeah, I did for a while, but then it's just the violence. It just something about violence. Just started getting me. But the thing is, it's the way the violence is now. If I watch an anime and two anime characters are fighting, it's a mutual fight. And you watch Tom and Jerry, that's not a mutual thing. That's torture. The Three Stooges. I think the best thing I ever saw with the Three Stooges was an interview that Mo did. I think it was Merv Griffin or something, and it was when he was older, and it was in color, and his hair was completely white. That was something. I don't like The Simpsons. Oh, I do. Up until like maybe season 10. Did you like Ed and Eddie? I don't know that one. Sorry. Hope you're not mad at me, Claire. I love you. You could have an Insta account dedicated to your pets. I think I'll do that. Not all fair fights, just bullying. Yeah, it's. I once went to this. This was one thing. I went to a school in St. Clairsville, Ohio. I was there for about a year. Oh my God, the meanest people in the world. I mean, I tried to deliberately make myself sick so I wouldn't go to school. The way that those people treated me was like they wanted to kill me. It was horrible. And the thing is, the stupid school passed a rule that teachers would not break up fights, and which they got sued for, not from me, but yeah, it was horrible. But the thing is, eventually they stopped. They started respecting me because I can take a punch. I could take a punch better than anybody. Because when I was a kid, my brother would, big guy, he would always like punch me in the arm and stuff, and I got tough. I could take a punch very well. And these people would punch me all the time. But then they'd try to punch other people, the bullies, like in the locker room, they'd punch the guys that were other bullies that when we're popping, they put, don't punch me, don't punch me, don't punch me. And I was like, go ahead, punch me. And they'd punch me. I said, okay, do it again if you want to. Oh my God, you can take a punch. It's like, well, duh. So I got a little bit of respect for there. But again, I don't want respect for that. That's just horrible. But be right back, puppy, go out. I'm old school. Old school is good, but Claire, my dogs have an Instagram. That's something I'm doing in my free time. Okay, I will. We'll set something up for the cats. That'll be fun. I think so. So we'll get that done. Well, time is just flying by today, isn't it? Really enjoying this. I get myself a drink though. Again, my I'm getting a little dry. See, that's why I needed my sister to try to get my sister in the chat. So if I'm taking a drink, she can like be talking to me. But I tried to figure it out, and it's not working. So I don't know what to do. I'm dumb. But anyhow, so I wrote down some of the ideas that you all had for the for stream. I'll probably do a stream. I'm gonna think about Christmas Eve or Christmas, but yeah, if I read through the story, maybe I'll come on Christmas and I'll read the whole Christmas Carol, or if I find something else. But yeah, I know Christmas is probably not the best time to do a stream, but it's Christmas, so. And I'm enjoying being with my friends here, so, what's Christmas about more than just being with your friends? She's going to show me later. I still would like to get her in this one, but, I'm too stupid. But yeah. She'll find it. We always set up a whole lot of stuff and then go backwards on it. And also right now, I want to let everyone know I am going to get some more winter stories and some more Christmas stories. Originally, the Christmas video that came out on Thursday, that was supposed to be a 6-story video. It ended up not being a 6-story video because I just wanted to get something out because it had been a few days. Have you seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Yes. When I was, I think, 17 years old, my friends took me to see it. And they didn't tell me about being a virgin and what happens to virgins when they first go to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So it was quite the surprise. I don't know if I can tell you guys that story or not. Wow. I don't really tell anybody it. It was embarrassing in a way. So, how many of you are familiar with what goes on when you go see the Rocky Horror in person? If you've done that, you talk back to the movie. If you're a virgin, they kind of humiliate you on the first time. I tried to hide. But my friends were like, no, virgin. Of course, virgin doesn't mean I was an actual virgin. It just means I was, I'd never seen it in Rocky Horror Picture Show in person. And, I will share it with you. How about I share it with you? Morgan's like, oh my gosh, remember my first time too. Here's the deal. I'll tell you my story if you tell us your story right afterwards. I don't know if Evil Black Cat wants to, close her eyes or mute this because, it's a weird story that her brother went through. But if you don't know, did you go up to the lab and did someone showing on this lab? Here's what happened. We go in there, and where are the virgins? Where are the virgins? And I was like, what the hell? And the virgins was like, whoa, what's going on? And my friends were like, here, right here. So me and my friend Matt, this was really weird actually. This was really strange because the other male virgin was my friend, And here's the thing: his name was Matthew O'Connor, which is the same name of my friend who died, but they were different people. So here's what happened: they embarrassed me. They pulled me and Matt on the stage. They pulled our pants down so we're in their underwear. Each of them grabbed our hands and put our hands on our crotch and like rubbed it around in a circle while we had to recite a pledge. And I I was wearing silk boxers, so that was an experience, I tell you. And it's like, why are you guys doing this? But also, I was 17 years old, and I think we know 17-year-olds get a little bit more excited than, like, 30, 40, 50-year-old stuff. So, but yeah, they took me up there, put pants down, and they had to recite the whole thing while they were while a girl had my hand and rubbing my hand in a big circle. It's like, whoa, come on. But yeah, um, wow. And I don't tell people that story. I guess I gave Black Cat says I told her before, but yep, that's what happened. And I can tell you, it's the only time I went to see that again, because here's the thing: is that if I go to a different theater to see it, and I tell them I'm not a virgin, they've never seen me before. They may make me do that again, and I don't want to do that again. I have a little bit of an exhibitionist streak, but come on, I did not expect that at all. I did not expect that, and whew. But that's my story. Ash is flashing his balls around. Yeah, he does that. Us 50-year-olds can still get that way. That's true. I'm not okay. I mean, let me just say that teenagers tend to be super duper horny, because of the hormone stuff. But yeah, I know older people can too. I don't wanna be that way, and say that that's not true. But oh, it was fun. I wonder if he knows they will be removed soon. Oh, how lewd. How lewd, I love that. KFC is telling... Sorry, yeah... Let me see if I have something else up. I had a very interesting... it wasn't until I was like a sophomore. I was a sophomore in Grays Lake High School, and that's kind of actually where I first found myself. And found friends. I got to be popular. I had a group. I hung out with the punks. But the thing is, I became I was a clique jumper. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that term, but I became very popular in the school. But I was popular with the DMI. Oh Lord, sorry. Um, I was a clique jumper. I was popular with the jocks. I was popular with the punks. I was popular with the preps. I was popular with the cheerleaders. Um, I was able to be with anybody. It was really neat. They entered me into the Mr. Irresistible contest. It's like, oh come on, I'm not that adorable. Well, yeah, okay, yes I was, but Mr. Irresistible. I won't think I was irresistible. I was just a little twink. So, uh, I mean, when I was 18, I probably looked like I was 13. So but yeah, Grays Lake, Illinois. It was wonderful because before I've never been popular before, and it was just nice to be able to have so many friends, and that's kind of how I feel like right now. It's funny as how. Yes, oh yes, I have seen Grease. Um, I'm gonna say something that's gonna make you all hate me and unsubscribe to this. I like Grease, but I actually really like Grease too. Um, oh, Grease 2 is so awful, but it's so bad that I love watching it. And it's just like, what the heck, guys? What was going through your mind when you made this movie? But yeah, Tim Curry is great. Tim Curry's great in everything he does. But back to Dragon. But yeah, it's a hoo 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 hoo. I love Grease. Yeah, it's ooh. Aren't they making like a Grease 3? Which I think is stupid. Yeah, we do love bad movies. You're the cutest. Seriously, you are. Lord bless you with great features. Well, if you talk to me, I love you. You're great. You're wonderful. I love you all. Not a Grease fan, yeah. We like bad movies. Do you like The Room? I don't know that one, but I'll tell you our favorite bad movie. It's the pirate movie. Um, I could tell you right now, me and my sister probably have that movie memorized. I've seen that movie no less than 500 times in my life. Um, it is so bad, but it's like you laugh at how bad it is, but you wonder what the hell were they thinking? Did they have like a third grader write this? But yeah, it's the pirate movie, one of the worst movies ever made. Um, but I love it. But The Room, I don't know. I'll have to look that up. It says, have anyone seen the movie called Legend? I saw Legend a bit, but I can't watch it because of the horned bad guy thing. It sets off my OCD. Um, so just watched The Disaster Artist the other night. I haven't seen that. Maximum Overdrive. Yes, there's a bad movie, but I think I mentioned this before. The cool thing about Maximum Overdrive is that Stephen King has absolutely no memory of making the movie, and but he does tell people when they ask him to direct another movie, he's always like, "Hey, Steve, when are you going to direct another movie?" He's like, "Have you seen Maximum Overdrive?" And they're like, "Yeah." He's like, "If you see Maximum Overdrive, you should not be asking me to make another movie." So I always thought that was great. Princess Walker 15. I love your picture, your little icon there. That's great. But yeah, we'll look up The Room and see what it does. Like I said, we really love it. Um, Big Red was my favorite. Yeah, I was talking to you, Casey. I mean, you mentioned you were Mr. Irresistible in the yearbook, right? Well, Mr. Irresistible was like a beauty contest that they entered. I didn't win, but I was entered in it. Um, the guy who won was a jock, and he had the cut muscles and everything. I was just a little twink, so little skinny, tiny little guy. He looked like Harry Connick Jr. If I could show you pictures, I was like Harry Connick Jr.'s twin. Um, and but I'm relatively short, which I guess went against me. I'm 5'8". And people like tall guys, so it's always been kind of a weird thing for me. What's in the Rocky Horror Picture? Do you know the Ar- Arcadia Theater? That's where I saw Rocky Horror Picture. I don't know that one. Oh, I can tell you something that was. This is interesting. I told you guys that I worked at Wendy's for a long time. Um, there was this guy that started working there, and he did Rocky Horror all the time. And he played Rocky. Um, he wore those little tiny gold shorts and everything. It was really nice. He was such a nice person to me because he when we worked at Wendy's again. I don't want to make anyone sad, but one of the guys that worked there who he was in a gang and the drugs and everything, and he cleaned up his life, and he had a son, and he was taking care of him. He adopted his nephew, cleaned up his life and stuff, and just was great. And then on a ride home once, he died in a car wreck, and I was upset, and broke down. But this guy just grabbed me and like held me. Is like, so people weren't like thinking like so many people, guys don't seem like they can express their emotions like that. But I was devastated, and he just grabbed me and held on to me until I stopped crying, and it was great. Um, I think people should do that, more often. Be nice. Give someone a hug. Is it wrong to TNR your neighbor's cat? What does that mean? TNR. I know what a DNR is. Do not resuscitate. But oh yeah, we'll probably be able to get Ash neutered. Um, got more videos that I've been in this month. I hope you guys are happy with the activity has gotten much better. Um, Like I said, you get some winter stories and some Christmas stories. Um, when you listen to I don't like listening to my videos very much. You do hear. Do you guys like the rumble? I put the rumble sound in almost every video because I make it quiet. I think it needs to be a little bit of background. A lot of people use music, and used to do that a lot, but it I think sometimes it just takes away from the story. So I took that the rumble and minimized it, got it really, really quiet, but I want it to be heard. So it always runs through the background of the stories, and no one ever says anything about it. But I'm curious, you hear the rumble, and what might you think of the rumble? Um, I'm just very curious about that. Should I put music in it again, or I'm doing things right now? Um, oh yes, and that kitty. If you guys want to know too, the neighbor cat came over on Friday. It was our shopping day. Um, we got some turkey, and he wanted some turkey. So she wanted some turkey. So I took a big slice of turkey and threw it to her, and she was happy. Yeah, there's a lot of cats around here, and it's. We try to do anything. So we'll put food out on the porch for them. It's great and stuff. Okay, well I'm glad you like it. I never really think about it, but I'm guessing it doesn't distract. Oh, I love Goonies. Now that's a story I can tell you too. Oh God, I'm aging. I'm giving you guys my age by doing this. Um, as a kid, we went to the movies to see Goonies, and afterwards we were walking around and about to leave the theater, and Back to the Future was starting in another theater. So my mom took us without buying tickets, took us into the theater to watch Back to the Future, and I started crying, and it was like, they're gonna arrest us for being in here, and she's like, they're not gonna do anything if you be quiet. No, 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 they're gonna catch us. She's like, be quiet. No, they're gonna catch us. And she tells this story to this day, and it's like they're not gonna catch us if you be quiet. And now she tells people that she didn't cheat. That when you buy a ticket, you're allowed to watch all the movies, which isn't true. She's rationalizing it. That's the only time I ever remember my mom doing something like that. She's not like that, but it was kind of funny, and I was just like crying. It's like, but then again, I finally settled down. Back to the Future was an awesome movie. So can you imagine her doing that now? She'd be so paranoid. Oh yeah, that's the thing about my mom is she is paranoid, and she would not do something illegal because she's just terrified that something bad would happen. So it's really funny that she snuck us into that movie like that. So I love the Twilight Zone. I love it too. In fact, I usually watch an episode almost every day, but I also like Tales from the Dark Side. I know it's really, really bad, but I enjoy it. I even have a wiki of it on Fandom. I started the Tales from the Dark Side wiki. It really needs some updating. I need to be there more often. But yeah, it's good. I like it a whole lot. The Rumble blends well. Music can be distracting. Well, thank you, Wolf. I appreciate it. Yes, our mom is a goody two shoes. Now, she will sometimes tell you a story that she's and my mom is great. If you listen to her stories when she tells something, at one point you could time it. She always got one point. Oh, I was pissed. And when she tells the story when she's about that, oh, I was pissed. You know when it's coming. And she tells it in the car. Me and Evil Black Cat are in the back seat of the car, and she's telling the story. At the moment she does it, we know she's doing it, and we'll mouth it. I was pissed. And she doesn't even realize she does it, but it's awesome. It is great. So, favorite Twilight Zone episode? That is a good question. There's so many wonderful episodes of it. And I think I think I know it. Just let me think about it. Anybody else, if you have a favorite episode, type it into the thing. Let us know, and I'll tell you what mine is. It might just take me a minute to think about it because I'm a little loopy tonight, so it'll have me looking through it a little bit. Just to, as you guys know, I do like The Hitchhiker. As you know, I did that play. I did that play on the my channel, and I really liked it. I actually I adored it, but it's let's see, Twilight Zone, The Chaser, The Passage for Trumpet. Oh, the trumpet one's great. Mr. Beavis is great. You know, a lot of people like season 3 the best. I really like season 2. I think that's when the show really did great, and it kind of like found its place, you know. And I really liked it. And then you get into the 3rd season, where you get things like, It's a Good Life. You know, It's a Good Life is really good, but I can't watch it. Something about that kid, you know, it's just like it's really kind of scary, but it's okay. I know. It took me to talk about it. My favorite is Shadow Play. I think Shadow Play. I'm sure you guys know that one where the guy is in a repeating dream. It inspired so much. But yeah, Shadow Play. The episode with William Shatner. Okay, there's 2 episodes with William Shatner. And hi, Aramac. I'm glad I went and did this longer than I planned because I got to see you, which makes me very happy. But yeah, the library is great. But yeah, William Shatner did 2 episodes. He was in the Nick of Time, where he and his wife, their car breaks down. They go into a diner, and there's a napkin dispenser that you put pennies in, and it gives out a card that supposedly tells your future. And you know, he love you too, Claire. Thank you for being here, and it's always nice to see you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the donation. Thank you for everything. You're a wonderful friend. I love you very much. But yeah, so he gets obsessed. William Shatner gets obsessed with the vague answers that come out of the napkin dispenser, but he thinks they're accurate. And you know, he kind of gets obsessed with it. And one thing is about that episode that it's very interesting. That episode has a happy ending. Regisrella and everyone have a great night. I gotta get ready for bed. Okay, thank you very much for being here. I enjoy it. I hope you have a wonderful night. Much love. I like In the Nick of Time because it has a happy ending. You know, most Twilight Zone episodes, people get stuck in the Twilight Zone. And that one they don't, which is great. And of course you have the other William Shatner one, I believe it's called Terror at 20,000 miles, or 20,000 feet, or something. I don't remember, but it couldn't be 20,000 miles. You'd be out in outer space. It's 20,000 feet when he's got the gremlin. But here's the funniest thing about that. That episode is wonderful, but the gremlin looks so freaking stupid. It looks like a huge teddy bear. I like when they redid it in Twilight Zone, the movie, with John Lithgow. I love John Lithgow. I met John Lithgow, and he was the only celebrity I've ever been in. Well, actually, no. There's 2 celebrities that intimidated me, not because they were bad people, just because I respect them so much. And John Lithgow was one. I saw him in a musical. He won a Tony for it, actually, and he kind of tried to get out of the back of the theater, without getting caught. But a couple of us caught him. We got autographs and stuff, and my friend Matt was like, "Go on!" It's like, no, that's John Lithgow. I can't walk up to John Lithgow. He's like, he's gonna sign your thing. Go get it. It's like, I'm like, ugh. He's like, Jake, this is the only time you're gonna get a chance to go up to him. You're never gonna get a chance to meet him again. And he's like, he pushed me up there and stuff. So I walked over. I stood behind him. He took a picture. My grandma has one of those picture frames that hooks up to your computer, and it's on the wall, and it goes through different pictures. The picture of me is my picture of John Lithgow, and he was nice. Very, very nice man. But yeah, he was I was intimidated because I respect him so much. Oh, Talkie Tina, yeah, woo. My name is Talkie Tina, and I could hate you. My name is Talkie Tina, and I'm gonna kill you. The three astronauts that slowly disappear. Yeah. Oh, another one is that the one where they go to the graveyard the graveyard planet where everyone's frozen? That one always disturbs me a little bit. But yeah, the oh man, you guys, what's wrong? Me too. Great story, great actor. Yeah, but John Lithgow. The other one was Ric Flair. I met Ric Flair um at a this was a long time ago because now you know wrestlers they're so famous they don't park in the parking lot and walk in. They get to drive into the arena, but not then. You know the guys were parking in the back and walking. So I got to Medlov and I met Ric Flair and I was like, oh my god, it's Ric Flair. I and I froze again and I froze with him and John Lithgow and on Third Rock from the Sun. I loved one episode of it when John Lithgow was on a plane and that, and he looks out. Oh my God! There's something on the wing. I really hate dolls. Yeah, my sister went through some doll problems with some of my mom's scary-looking dolls when we were younger. My mom had some really disturbing-looking dolls. You have no idea what they knocked over. They knocked over my tarot cards again. I'm gonna kill them. That's my own fault for not bringing those into my room. And yes, I do have tarot cards. But I'll tell you what I do with them. It's. I will do a reading for people with tarot cards, but I do not. Oh wow, yeah, you met Bobby Heenan at a book signing. Where was it? Because I met Bobby Heenan at a book signing too. Was that at Borders? He was that was great, and he was humble and so nice. When I told him that if Rosie met Jimmy Carter, I would too. That he's a good man, a good man. But yeah, Bobby Heenan was so nice, and the Gray Planet is awesome. Yeah, it is awesome, but it freaks me out. But yeah, Bobby Heenan, I met him, and I was like, I signed the book, and it's like, it is such an honor to meet you. And oh, okay, well, it's still good. Was it the self-help book that he wrote? He got to meet. It's an honor to meet you. And he's like no. He's like no. I appreciate that. He said, but hey, if you're a fan of me, it's an honor of me to meet you. And wow, yeah, Jimmy Carter is a good man. It's really he's just a good man. So he's done so much since he's been out of office and stuff, and I respect it. Unfortunately, we know he's probably not going to be around much longer, which is kind of sad. Yep, and my old black cat used to be Tammy Duckworth's contact at Verizon. It was Verizon, right? Yeah, Tammy Duckworth used to come in there. We like Tammy. She's in my personal opinion, she is an American hero. So anybody who loses their limbs or gets themselves hurt serving their country, there you have a hero. Even if we don't agree with the reasons for certain wars and stuff, the people that put the life on the line, heroes in my book. Tammy Duckworth is great, and I voted for her. So yeah, that's the only vote I'm going to tell you guys I made. I did vote for Tammy Duckworth, but I voted for someone that my sister worked with. So there we go. So I did design for H. I'm trying to think some other interesting things that may have happened. Tom Savini, there's a nice guy too. He did a lecture at my college, and it was supposed to be like a 1 hour lecture, but he kept talking. It went on for 3 hours, and like because they were like trying to tell him it was over, and he's like, no, 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 I gotta ask some more questions. Um, he just sat there with the audience. He would not let them end the lecture. It was great. Um, so Tom Savini was a very nice guy. I liked him a lot. And God, when you think about it, I keep on thinking about it lately. There's so many people that are like in their 90s and stuff. And you wonder if they're gonna be around for very, very much longer. You got Betty White's pretty old. Queen Elizabeth is up there. Uh, Jimmy Carter. It. I'm sure there's even more that I'm thinking about that. Just getting up there, and it's like, wow. But it's good that people can live for that long. I think that's great. And some of them can have very, very, very good. What's the word I'm looking for? Poise and humanity in that thing. So it's great. It's wonderful. But I'm trying to think of other interesting things I might have done, and I've led a kind of a weird life. So there's quite a few of them. But I do remember when I got my job at Borders. I was really happy about this. If anyone does anybody remember Crown Books? I know that Crown Books was a long time ago, but I had always wanted to work in a bookstore, so I worked for Crown Books, and I had a friend who got me an interview, and I went in as an assistant manager right away. I worked there for a year, and was so happy. I didn't make much money. I would have made. I switched from Wendy's to Crown Books. I hated Wendy's very much, but Crown Books I made less money. They were going to give me like $32,000 if I stayed at Wendy's. They tried really hard to keep me there. Crown Books I got $8.25 an hour, which I was able to live on, but not great. And but I was happy there. Happy when I went in there. I was around books. I was around people who loved books. I loved it. It was wonderful. I did eventually have to leave though because they got really stupid towards the end of their business, and I knew the job was not going to be there very long. So I got a job at Borders, and I was really upset, but I had to do it. And I talked to my boss, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, Mark, I gotta tell you this, you're not gonna be happy about it. He's like, you got another job, didn't you? I said, yeah, this place isn't gonna be around much longer. They're doing the stupid stuff. They're gonna go back into bankruptcy. He's like, yeah. He said, so where are you gonna be working? Borders. So yeah, went over to Borders, and he was happy for me. I got a great salary there. It was fun, but the manager was a jerk. Luckily, he wasn't around that much, and I had to leave. And this one, I've never worked in a bookstore again. But Crown Books was not much money, but it was pure happiness. I was really happy there. Yes, and Jimmy Carter too. Anyone like the Blue Brothers? This may seem weird, but I don't think I've actually seen that whole movie. I probably should. Denver has a great story called The Tattered Cover. I used to try to scare her with that thing. I like Denver. I was there a few years ago. My bus, I was going from Nevada back to Tennessee, and I got stuck in Denver for a while. But what a nice city. If I ever had to live I wouldn't live in Chicago again. I want to go back home. Chicago's my home. But if I was ever to live in another city, I think it would be Denver. It's a beautiful little city, and I liked it quite a bit. But it'll probably end up being Chicago again. I mean, Chicago is home. Alice Cooper and Ozzy, great. Oh, I love Alice Cooper. I love Ozzy too. He's just so wonderful. I loved Ozzy when he tried to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" on at a Cubs game. That was awesome. And John Denver, I love John Denver. I have everything that he ever recorded. He's probably my second favorite artist after Billy Joel. But I never became a fan of him until after he died. And that was not a step. John Denver is pretty great. I don't care what anybody says. King Diamond, I don't know that. My comment blended with a comment I was going to make, and I forgot. He's my guru, John Denver. Yeah, I have a book that I have been writing for a while, and in 1998, I made some big mistakes, and I ended up being homeless for a while. I rode a lot of buses around and spent an enormous amount of time by myself. And as I told you before, I get partial seizures sometimes, and it can have hallucinations, mostly auditory. And then I was auditory hallucinations when I was alone were John Denver related. I listened to a lot of John Denver. I kind of felt like he was like talking to me. And I gotta tell you, that was like the ultimate loneliness, and you had to your mind had to create a friend to get over. Because when you really, really feel that kind of loneliness, I hope you never do, because it was horrible. But yeah, for about 3 months I was homeless for more than 3 months, but I did get a job while I was homeless, so I was around people more. But for about 3 months, I was all by myself. So yeah, John Denver was there. It's like he really was there. So I started writing a story about it. Oh yeah, that is a good story. When they did the Congress with the censoring of the video of the music and stuff, and Dee Snider was there, and John Denver showed up, and everyone thought John Denver was going to support the censorship. It's like, no, and they were shocked. It's like, oh no, and it's like, guys, if you know anything about John Denver, he would not support censorship of anything. And he was like, he spoke out strongly against the warning labels on CDs and stuff. The man was people thought he was really conservative, because he sometimes got labeled as a country singer, and he's not a country singer, he's a folk singer. And people think country singer conservative, so they were thinking, oh my god, this goody two shoes, which is anyone who actually thinks John Denver was a goody two shoes does not know John Denver. But yeah, John Denver was a good man, but he did some bad stuff. I read his biography, his autobiography. I have that, and great man, but he did some bad stuff. I mean, he took a chainsaw and cut he cut the headboard down. He got mad at his wife and took a chainsaw, and he cut through the headboard of their bed because he was pissed off because she cut down some trees, and she had to cut down the trees. There was no option. They wouldn't have been able to live in their house anymore because it had something to do with the water. But yeah, and he got pissed at her, took a chainsaw, and cut the headboard of the head's house. I'm like, well, come on, John. You got to relax a little bit about that. But yeah, he admitted to doing that, and he did some other things. He cheated on Annie a lot. But here's the thing: is he didn't defend it. He admitted it, and he admitted that it was wrong. Yeah, I still think he was a great man. I agree with you very, very much. He made some great music. Alcohol, yeah. Well, he was also, even though he was also quite the toker too. Actually, my friend, John Denver was a friend of a friend, and I was friends with a guy who used to go to the Troubadour, and he worked at the Troubadour. So he knew John Denver, and it was really nice. And this guy barely knew him, knew I was a John Denver fan, knew that he passed away. He actually flew me out to California and took me for a vacation up Highway 1 into the mountains and the ocean. And it was beautiful. Do you remember the Plasmatics? I don't think I know that one. But yeah, let me look there. I have a nice apartment now. Things looking up great. 2020, make it your year. You can do it. And hey, I'm going to do that too. 2020 is going to be it'll be the year of Bonnie and also be the year of KOC because I'm going to crank it all up. So, but it was weak weed back then. Oh yeah. I don't doubt that at all. And I don't have a problem with that. I don't care if someone does that. Sheesh, my brother smoked weed like every day. The very first time that I had it, oh God, I loved it. Then I had it a couple of years ago. Wasn't that long ago? I had it, and I can't do it. It makes me cough for days if I do it. So, my lungs don't like it. It's the deal, KOC. Great. We're going to stick to it. 2020 is going to be our year. We're going to make it the best that we can make it. Oh, now we're talking. We are talking now. Yes, Janis Joplin. I love that woman. When I was a teenager, my mom bought me even though she hates Janis, she bought me a Janis Joplin box set. And I would just sit in my room, lights out, tapes playing, just listening to Janis Joplin in the dark. Oh God, I love her. In fact, there's a certain person in this chat who went to a lip sync contest and lip synced Piece of My Heart. I wonder who that might have been. Who might have done that? But they messed it up though because she was supposed to have a microphone stand, but she didn't. But yeah, it was cool. She did that. Oh my God. I'm telling you another little story, but yeah, it's Evil Black Cat was dressed up as a hippie and stuff, and when she came out to do the lip sync contest, someone yelled to her, "Hey Janice, where's the weed?" And it was great. It was what? See, she's embarrassed now. Okay, I'll embarrass myself so you won't have to be embarrassed anymore. I'm assuming that how many of you have seen the quote-unquote official video for We Will Rock You? If you remember that, We Will Rock You, Freddie Mercury was wearing a really skimpy pair of gray shorts and nothing else. Okay, so, on the second lip sync contest I decided to do We Are the Champions. Wearing nothing except a really skimpy pair of gray shorts in front of 500 people. They turned the lights out as I came out, and my friend Elizabeth was like, "Oh my God, he's naked! Oh my God, he's naked!" No, I was practically naked, but skimpy pair of gray shorts. We are the champions, and I don't know how I got brave enough to do that. But yeah, it was, I almost thought I was going to get in trouble because I was so undressed. But yeah, say it ain't so. But yeah, this, lip sync contest, fantastic. I did the Cyndi Lauper. Oh, I love Cyndi Lauper. Absolutely adore Cyndi Lauper. And she is such a sweetheart. I had the honor of meeting her once. A great, great sweetheart, and I just love her music. Cyndi Lauper is a mainstay in my workout list, so it's always she's always on there, and it's really wonderful. But I did 4 lip sync contests in school. The first one was I was losing my religion. The second one was We Are the Champions. The third was River of Dreams by Billy Joel. And the last one I did Crocodile Rock. I dressed up really goofy, like Elton John does, and put on big. I think I put on a really huge pair of sunglasses. I think I did. I don't remember too much, but yeah, and that was the last one I did. I wasn't in the contest because I wasn't in school, and I was actually graduated already. But my French teacher who did the contest actually loved when I did it, so she invited me back. She's a really strange woman, but she was great. Madame La Francis. She was kind of crazy though. But you guys like your crazy teachers. I need to talk to Alexa to your iTunes. That's double. No reason I shouldn't enjoy your music. There's a lot. When I when I was in college, I tuned the hell out of my iTunes. I think within a few months I had spent $1,000 on songs. So I got a lot of songs on iTunes. I got a little addicted for a while. Back in the good life when I had that $28,000 extra dollars in the bank that was just sitting there, those were good times. Kind of wish I had that now, but you are a wild child, KOC. Sometimes it's sometimes I could be like that. Sometimes I could be like, oh yeah, karaoke. How many of you guys like to do karaoke? Now, the only song that I can sing decently is Last Kiss. And I sing it more like Pearl Jam than the other one. But if I do karaoke, I always will do Last Kiss. And well, Scooby, thank you very much. Much love. She's unusual. Yeah. Got an asthma and had to quit. Oh wow. I do less. I remember once. I have a strong voice, and I can't really sing. But as Evil Black Cat will tell you, I have a very strong and loud voice, and I have problems controlling. You might notice this in some of my videos. By my cadence, I have problems with cadence. I get really, really loud sometimes. And we did The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And at one point, I was doing it with my sister, but she had to get off the stage at one point because I was doing it way too. I think you got off because I was doing it way too loud, right? I like Kim Carnes too. There's a really great song I'm thinking about, Voices Carry by Till Tuesday. Mercedes-Benz. Yep, she does Mercedes-Benz. And it's really funny because she did Mercedes-Benz. She did Mercedes-Benz while my mom was like, she's doing Janis Joplin. My mom hates Janis Joplin, but she did it pretty good. She has a better pitch. Some people tell me that I've been told that my pitch is good, but I think they're strange. Death metal voice. If I were to ever do music or sing, I would probably be like Tom Waits. Tom Waits is just a genius. I would love to read one of his poems on my channel, but Tom Waits is also a guy who's really going to sue you if you use his stuff, so he's been in a lot of lawsuits. But yeah, if you don't like Tom Waits, you should check out Rain Dogs or something like that. He's an amazing, amazing man. So, Lady Swinson, well, go to, hope you sleep well. It's wonderful. Thank you for being here. Big hugs back. You lost the whole octave off your range. How'd you do that? But you could do death metal. Probably hurts though. Now, if I ever did it, I would do something like Tom Waits. We sail tonight for Singapore. We're all as mad as hatters here. It's he has pitch, but he does that grumbly, whiskey drowned voice in his throat. It's really great. So, how long you been live for? We're going on 3 hours. I'm probably gonna shut it down soon, just because I'm getting a little tired myself. Um, this is the longest stream I did for a while. I did a stream like 13 hours once. That was great. I think I had a lot of wine that day. Don't have any wine right now, but we'll probably shut it down in a few minutes. Yeah, I love Tom Waits. Tom Waits is great. He goes beyond just being an artist. He's just brilliant. Joanne, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, that happened to, if I'm not mistaken, it happened to Julie Andrews, too. And I'm really sorry. Tom Waits and Frank Zappa, yeah, great. Warren Zevon. That's the song I can play best on the guitar is, Werewolves of London. The Bangles. Do we want to get Walk Like an Egyptian in everyone's mind? Or, it's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday. Well, that's my fun day. Don't go. I love the Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals are great. As a kid, yeah, I had all the Bengals stuff. I even listened to their albums where they didn't, their songs that didn't have hits, but I do that. I also love, absolutely adore, Creedence Clearwater Revival, and yep, Warren Zevon, awesome, and the Cranberries, as I mentioned before. I can always chat on the Discord, the voice channel, if people want to hang out there, just for mentioning it. Yeah, you can do that. I'm going to have to stop in a few minutes here, just because my voice is getting my throat's getting a little dry and stuff. Alan Parsons, yes. Was it? Wait, yeah, I remember that sort of. They made a good joke about Alan Parsons in one of the Austin Powers movies, I think. Yeah, Creedence is great. Tom Waits, Creedence, ones I really like to listen to. You know what I used to really like to like? Yeah, I used to really like to turn out the lights and listen to the final countdown, which is a bad song, but that beginning opening riff I absolutely love. Do Werewolves of London. I'll make you a deal. I can't do it right now. The guitar is not tuned. We haven't picked it up in a while, and my calluses are kind of gone. But hey, I'll tune the guitar. I will get it, put my fingers on it, get myself a little bit of a callus again, and I'll play it. I will play it in the stream. I promise. So I love it. This was great. It is fun, but thank you all for being here. This has been great talk. I'm going to have to go because my throat is getting dry. I really want to go on forever. But like she said, go ahead and if you go to the Discord. We'll be talking through the Discord. Give my throat a little bit of a rest. But I'm going to plan out some things. I'll let you guys know in the community tab and on Twitter when I'll do my next stream. I don't know if I'll be able to do it on Christmas Eve. I might do it on Christmas. But yeah, it's something that I will do, and you will know. Oh, don't be sad. And bye, Lena. I'm happy you're all here. And like I said, you can go to the Discord. I'm going to go grab something to eat and stuff, but we'll be in the Discord to talk, and we're happy to do that. But yeah, good night, Joanne. Good night, Just for Fun. Everybody. Love you too, Bonnie, very much. You guys are great. You make me very, very happy. And I always say one thing, and I mean it. I have, without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest subscribers in all of YouTube. You guys are wonderful, and you always support me, and you're great. So thank you for everything you've done. And love you all, and love you too, Biddy, and Have a good night, pretty flowers, and please give West Coast times too. Okay, I'll do that. Thank you, Joanne. I will do that. Promise. Good night, Ken Wolf. Sweet dreams to you too, Crystal. Good night, Dan. Rebecca, you show up right at the end. Rebecca Adams, one of the most lovable people I've ever had. She's such a wonderful friend. And then night to Bitty Bitty. Yeah, you're late. I'm sorry. We were just about to close down. I've been going on for about 3 hours, and my throat's really, really dry right now. So I got to get myself something to drink and everything. So, but Merry Christmas, Bonnie. I'll send you. I'm going to do another stream in a couple days, Rebecca. I'll let you know when it is, and I'll give everyone the exact time. So if you want to show up, you can show up. Oh, you're at work. Okay, we'll figure something out. But even though it's only for a couple seconds, I'm really happy to see you. Happy holidays to you too, Megan. Sweet dreams to you, Bonnie. And Joanne, it's been great talking to you. And Shift, nice to see you, and bye. And Rebecca, I'll let you know. I'm sorry I'm ending the stream right when you come in, but you know I love you. And all you guys are wonderful. I'll let you know what happens, and as always, okay, Merry Christmas to you too. And I want to say, there's something you guys have to promise you're going to do for me. You have to promise that you'll make sure to check in your closet and check under your bed. Because you never know where a killer orange cat might be hiding. Good night.